That's what I get every time I hear this tune. 300 violin. Charlie, too hot. Welcome. Good afternoon. 97.3. Our people on YouTube. And our people on Channel 1 TV as well. Then our ex-followers, our ex-lovers, Twitter lovers. Sadie, why are you laughing? Sadie, why is your mind all over the place? When I say ex-lovers, why are you laughing?
No, it's just the play on words.
Okay. Yeah. It's the Republic of Football. The only show in Ghana that brings you up to speed with regards to the scores from everything football. Yeah, we know that there is no European matches. The leagues are on hold. There's GPL.
Yeah, there's GPL. Big shout outs going out to the Mediama team. Okay. I met them on my way here.
Oh, you met them?
Yeah, their bus is bus.
Oh, okay. You see, if I allow said it, I don't do my intro. Yeah, so the European leagues are on the break, right? The Spanish La Liga is on the break. The English Premier League, same as the Italian Serie A, taking into Germany, it's also on break. And in France, same. But we've got some really interesting updates from the World Cup qualifiers from Europe. And the World Cup playoffs itself, where Nigeria in action later tonight against DR Congo. Who will take that ticket into the Inter-Confed Cup playoffs? Let's see. We'll be here to bring you up to speed. With the score lines, the starting 11. It's Eric Shaw taking on Sebastian Desabree. Yeah, man. And then Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal are currently in action against Armenia for the European qualifiers. Well, Ronaldo is not in that game. Of course, you know what he did against Ireland when he had to do all sorts of things in the box against Dara O'Shea. He was shown a red card. The Portuguese Football Federation say that they will protest so that the ban is not stretched to the games itself when the World Cup kicks off next year in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. That's if Portugal actually progress. But Portugal will progress. Look, it's Armenia. Don't progress.
Currently in their group is Bubbly.
Okay.
They are playing 0-0.
Yeah.
But the other group game, which involves Hungary. Hungary are up by a goal, and that means Hungary have 11 points. Portugal are on 11 points.
Oh, okay. So there's an update.
Yeah, there's an update.
So
but
Portugal would have to.
Portugal will need to win.
Okay.
If Hungary scores another goal and another
that complicates everything.
Once Hungary scores 2 more goals, it complicates everything for Portugal.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not home and dry for them.
Okay. We'll get into the analysis. We'll get into all the talk. Yeah, but I am Gabi Ofe. You can find me on X at Gabi Milito 7. Feel free to go leave your comments. You can do the hashtag Republic of Football and I would read it out for you. I'll give you a shout, yeah? You can also text into the show on 0549 986 996. And so Portugal have taken the lead. It said it's Renato Veiga.
Yeah.
Sedis Renato Veiga giving Portugal the lead against Armenia just 6 minutes into the game. And yeah, I just had to chip that update in, I'm not even down with my intro, but Portugal say they cannot wait. Well, Hungary also taking on Ireland. So just like Sedi put it, Hungary have taken the lead against Ireland. And for Portugal, Renato Veiga, former Chelsea man, giving the Portuguese a lead against Armenia. So you can text into the show 054996 054996 Later at the tail end of the show, we would activate the phone lines. You can call us and let's get talking. Today we'll do something really interesting, right? We'll touch based with a Nigerian sports journalist. Just to run us through the episode surrounding Nigeria. They can go past DR Congo, a very stubborn DR Congo side who they don't concede much, also don't score a lot of goals, very stingy. Yeah, it's all live here on the Republic of Football. We are live on 97.3 on TV's Channel 1 TV and on YouTube City Sports Ghana and on X at City FM. Edwin Kwakofi is the man behind the scenes to bring you all the updates, the graphics and everything. And I've got technical support from Desmond. Hard guy Desmond. Giving me a stern look, but I don't care. Alright, let me run you through the starting 11 for Portugal's game against Armenia. Portugal have got their manager in Roberto Martinez. Formation is a 4-2-3-1. The goalkeeper is Diogo Costa. A back four of Nelson Semedo, Ruben Dias, Renato Veiga, and João Cancelo. Midfield 2 of João Neves, Vitinha. They've got Bernardo Silva playing. Bruno Fernandes is also starting. Rafael Leao and Gonzalo Ramos leading the attack for the Portuguese national team. For Armenia, their manager is Egise Melikian. Formation is 4-3-3. Goalkeeper, they've got Avakjian in post. A back four of Piloyan, Muradian, Mirachian, and Tik Niazian. Hey, Charlie, the names. Should I continue? Charlie. Sorry.
Oh yeah, continue.
Charlie, there are Armenian people the one names.
There's definitely a name that we all know in there, so you please continue first.
So the midfielders, they've got Hov Hanisian, right? And they've got Muradian. There's Agassian. A front three of Serobian, Ranos, and Spesian. Said, who do you know in this lineup?
No, we're hoping for...
Hoping for what?
A certain former Chelsea striker who was always injured.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he on the bench? Let me see.
I'll be surprised if they didn't call him up.
He's not there.
Means they are tired.
He's not there. Okay. Let me just run our viewers and listeners through the SAPS bench. The bench is Diogo Dalot, Rui Silva, Francisco Conceição, there's Carlos Forbes, João Felix, Gonçalo Inácio, João Palhinha, Trincao, José Sá, Matheus Nunes, Antonio Silva, and Ruben Neves on the bench for the Portuguese national team. For the Armenian national team, if I don't do it, I'll be very, very unfair to any Armenian who's listening to the show, Yeah, so, the show is international.
We're global.
Yeah, it's global. So, we've got Armenians listening to the show. Yeah. The bench, they've got... That's when you want to go to Armenia? Okay. For the bench, they've got Badikian. There's Beglarian, all right? They've got Eloyan and Grigonian. They've got another Grigonian. I think they are brothers. So there's N Grigonian and E Grigonian. So you should check out on this name. I think they are brothers. I'm sure they are related. They've got Haruturianian, right? And Mavlian. There's also now Badian, Savikian, Sagoyan, and Tarachian. For the goalkeepers, they've got Kansaravic, yeah. So that's the bench for Portugal taking on Armenia. It's on YouTube. Edwin Kwakofi with the graphics. I'm sure Edwin is cracking up listening to me mentioning the lineups. But actually, I have to do the job, Yeah, like I said, we've got Armenians listening to us, so I cannot mention the Portuguese national team and leave that off Armenia. For Hungary, they're taking the lead against Ireland. It's the same Ireland that beat Portugal, right? Yeah, so for the Hungarian lineup, the head coach is Marco Rossi, a formation of 4-2-3-1. The goalkeeper is Debus, a back four of Nego, Orbans, Shalai, and Kekes, Milo Kekes. Midfield two of Schaefer, Dominic Soboslai. They've got a front four of Salai, Toth, Lucas, and Varga. Right. For Ireland, their coach is Heme Halgriminson, a formation of 3-4-2-1. Calvin Kelleher is in post, a back three of O'Brien, Collins, and Dara O'Shea. Midfield 4 of Coleman, Cullen, and Mulumbi. Scales is also there. Ogbene, Azaz, and Parrots. Parrots is the chap that got 2 goals against Portugal when they played the Portuguese national team early on. But let me just run you through the results from yesterday's games when it comes to the European qualifiers. Kazakhstan played out to 1-0 draw with Belgium. Cyprus lost to Austria by 2-0. Spain beat Georgia by 4-0. Wales were 1-0 winners over Liechtenstein. Turkey beat Bulgaria, or Turkey beat Bulgaria by 2-0. Bosnia and Herzegovina, they were 3-1 winners over Romania. Denmark played out a 2-0 draw with Belarus. Greece 3, Scotland 2. Slovenia lost to Kosovo, and Switzerland, they beat Sweden by 4-1. Later today, when it comes to the European qualifiers, let me bring you the matches that are coming up later today. There is Hungary currently taking on Ireland. Portugal taking on Armenia. At 5 p.m. there's Albania will play England. Azerbaijan up against France. Serbia will take on Latvia. Ukraine up against Iceland. And then at 7:45 p.m. is Israel taking on Moldova. And then same time we'll see Italy taking on Norway. There's an update. It's a penalty for Ireland. And yeah, so the Irish are elated, looking to draw level before halftime. I've got Sedinam Edmond in studio with me. You can join the conversation by texting into the show 054996 996 054996 996. I'm Gabi Ofer in studio with Sedinam Edmond. Jeminta will join us, and yes, just feel free to text into the show. So it's a penalty for Ireland, and the Irish are jubilating. I put out the starting 11 for both teams initially. At the tail end of the show, would activate the phone lines, and you can also reach out to us and let's get talking. So that's it by way of updates. The Republic of Football, Gabi Ofer here, where I'm setting up Edmond. Let me take Sedi's thoughts. Sedi, let's start off with Portugal, right?
Yeah.
Let's start off with Portugal because that's what everybody's paying attention to. After they lost to Ireland, there's no Ronaldo in the team. The Portuguese Football Federation said they would appeal, and that's if the ban is extended to the World Cup itself. But do you think Portugal have complicated things for themselves? They've shot themselves in the foot by some of the results that they managed to get against some of the teams. But before you get into that, Parrot has equalized for Ireland, so it's Hungary 1, Ireland 1. Sedi, just thoughts.
Well, good afternoon to everybody doing the listening. Before Portugal, I really think that they are where they are because of their current form. It's not been smooth sailing totally for them. Currently, as it stands, they just lost one game. They've just lost one game in the entire qualification series and have drawn once. Now, for a coach in Martinez, we know what he was able to do with the golden generation with Belgium.
Yeah.
Literally achieving zilch. Now, at a point where he's playing or coaching this particular Portuguese team, the Portuguese team are now tuning their mind to do same thing that the Argentines did for Messi, to sort of help Ronaldo achieve that feat that's elusive in his trophy cabinet, trying to get them to win the World Cup. Qualifying is a big deal. So far, they've had a smooth sailing. Should they win this game, they would have played some 6 games, won 4, drawn 1, and lost 1. We'll just put it into perspective that loss was one that was their last game
Against Ireland,
where they lost their head,
okay,
and hence went on to lose the game. But there are certain players who now need to step up to the plate and stop hiding behind the shadows of Ronaldo. For the Portuguese team, the likes of Rafael Leao, it's time they step up to the plate and show what they are made of. Rafael Leao is gradually falling into that conversation of players.
Well, just hold on. Armenia have equalized.
Challenges.
So it's Portugal 1, Armenia 1. Roberto Martinez can't believe what he's watching. And so it was a cutback. And just a mixed up with the Portuguese defender and the goal scorer. And I mean, that gave Armenia the equalizer. Look, the Portuguese defense, the number of bodies they've actually committed up front when they attack. Look at it again. So from the right,
come on, Cancelo.
He bullets his way into what?
Come on, Cancelo.
Yeah, but they won't care. Still, there was a touch. It came off the right foot, or the left foot rather.
But you see,
yeah, sorry.
I'm struggling to understand their setup because it's not like it was a counter attack. It was not that fast. It was a patient build up, and Cancelo should have done better. But I still put them in pole position to qualify top of the group.
Yeah, so the goal scorer is Spesian. His I think his fifth or fourth goal in 6 matches for Armenia.
Yeah. But I still feel that they are in pole position to qualify. Again, going back to what I was saying before, they got the equalizer. The likes of Rafael Leao especially need to step up to the plate. He has been hiding behind the shadows of the word potential for too long, that he's gradually falling into the bracket that Rashford fell into and is trying busily to take himself out of. Potential. Every year is a potential. Every year potential. But you are not reaching the P to even start the spelling of the word potential. I feel he needs to now start taking the bull by the horn and helping the team actually play. A lot of the players in Portugal have been hiding behind the shadows of having Cristiano Ronaldo play in the team.
Yeah.
They now need to step up. Goncalo Ramos is another. If I tell you that the goal they scored, Goncalo, that should have been the player I was just talking about. Goncalo Ramos should have done better with that ball. He almost touched the ball with his hands to prevent Remy Vega from heading the ball to score the opener for the game. And I feel in this particular situation, that ball from Rafael Leao, although a little too early, Goncalo Ramos could have done better with the execution and how he actually could have scored from that. He could have done better.
Yeah.
And this is what would bring into comparison with someone saying that if it were Ronaldo. Now, let's say Ronaldo is retired. Would you still be saying if? No. They really have got to step up to the plate to make it count for themselves. They've got some amazing players. Look at the players you mentioned. Look at the lineup that is seated on the bench. Joao Felix is seated on the bench.
Yeah.
Another potential. I feel, I don't want to say this, but maybe it's just that the country's name starts with P, hence they've got a lot of potentials aside Ronaldo.
Well, so the table is updated. It's looking like this. Portugal now with 11 points. Armenia second with 9. Ireland with 8 points. Hungary are second with 9 points. Ireland with 8 points. And then Armenia rock bottom in that group with 4 points. Yeah, so at both venues, it's 1-1 between Hungary and Ireland, and at Portugal versus Armenia, it's also 1-1 between the two sides. And let me talk to Yao Jeminta on what he makes of the group so far. Hungary also pushing to clinch that spot. Portugal themselves, I don't think that they have really recovered from that performance they put up against Ireland. Yeah. What have you made? So it's what, minute 21? Remembering Diogo Jota.
So
yeah,
I don't think they've recovered because it was a shock. I watched the bits and pieces of that game, and I looked at how they played, especially in the opening 20 minutes where the Irish were all over them.
Yeah.
They got a goal, and they ended up getting another one before the Cristiano Ronaldo red card, and that pretty much doomed them in terms of their chances of being able to recover in that particular game and pretty much salvage a draw, because if they had been able to do so, or even went ahead to grab a win, they would have been able to more or less secure their way to the World Cup. That is, if they had bagged the win. But if you want to respond to a shock defeat, this is not the way to do it, especially from a coaching standpoint. Why on earth is he playing Bruno Fernandes on the right side when you have players who can play in that position, like Francisco Trincao? They are the ones who can play in that position. You also have Francisco Conceição, who plays for Juventus. He can play in that position. He's an out-and-out winger. You can play him as an inverted winger.
How about João Felix?
He's also an option, but he's not reliable. I don't see him as a reliable option, but he's an option at the end of the day. So you can play him in that position. Why on earth are you playing Bruno Fernandes on the right side as a right winger in a forward position? No, I think, look, he should be able to, that's Roberto Martinez, the Portuguese head coach. He should be able to do well by this team and do the right thing. There's no need to playing Bernardo Silva or forcing to play Bernardo Silva as a starter. There's no point. You have Vitinha, you have Joao Neves. Put Bruno Fernandes in there and have him distribute the passes. There's no need to force to include Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva in the starting unit, especially when there's no Cristiano Ronaldo. This is actually the perfect opportunity for Roberto Martinez to show his coaching chops. Because I honestly believe that, and I'm of the view that once Cristiano Ronaldo is starting for Portugal and he plays for Portugal, it sort of limits the overall performance of the team.
So, but there are two ways to it, right?
Yeah, there are two ways to it, especially from a defensive standpoint. Offensively, it's fine, because at the end of the day, you know what he brings to the table. But defensively, that's where my argument lies.
So that's like a minus.
It's more or less like a minus, because
when the team has to defend.
Yeah, when the team have to defend, because you know he won't press. You know he doesn't fall. He doesn't track back. He doesn't track defenders. You know he won't drop deep. So you are outnumbered in midfield for the most part. But luckily for them, they have guys who have a lot of energy, can cover pretty much every blade of grass on the pitch, and so that kind of makes up for it. But this is a situation where you are playing against, let's be frank, an inferior opponent in terms of quality, and the quote-unquote minus on defense, that's Cristiano Ronaldo, is not around. So Roberto Martinez, this is the perfect opportunity to show your coaching chops, and so far he hasn't done a good job at it, because playing Bruno Fernandes on the right side and having Bernardo Silva in the starting lineup is, for me, say no. He should be able to drop one of those two players and play a proper winger on that right side of the three-man forward line, be it an inverted winger in Conceição or a forward, more or less, not necessarily an out-and-out winger or out-and-out striker in Francisco Trincao. So for me, Roberto Martinez isn't doing a good job so far. You can see the way the Portuguese are quite uncomfortable, which is something that I never thought I would say, particularly when Cristiano Ronaldo is not in the starting lineup. And so for me, so far it hasn't been good. But I honestly believe they will be able to get the win because of their overwhelming quality and the depth of the team. We saw that with the African qualifiers, Nigeria and Gabon. It was clear that Nigeria had
it boiled down to quality.
Yeah, it boiled down to quality in depth. Because the Gabonese at some point they ran out of gas, and that's how come Nigeria were able to get those 3 extra goals and to bag a 4-1 win in extra time. It was in extra time that they got those 3 extra goals. But over the regulation time, it was pretty much even, and it was because they had a deeper bench than Gabon. That's pretty much it. And I see the same thing playing out in this game, I won't be surprised Portugal will be able to just nick a win and get ahead of Armenia. But so far, it hasn't been convincing, not necessarily from the players, but it has to do with the structure and the system. And that is down to Roberto Martinez. So for me, I'm not too impressed at this point in time.
Okay. Well, it looks like Portugal have taken the lead. Have added a second goal. Was it not from an offside position?
Let's revisit it and see if it was a back pass. If it's a back pass, then that's the best gift.
That's Ramos, right?
Yeah, Goncalo Ramos. Yeah.
But still, the guy has been running in the world of potentials for a long time.
Oh, I think he's just okay. The guy who has fallen off the radar, I wouldn't say fallen off the radar, who hasn't met expectations is Rafael Leao.
And in this game, he has been next to nothing.
Rafael Leao is the guy who has been who was tagged as.
So let's look at it.
True pass.
Christmas came early for Ramos.
How can you make such a pass?
He just pounced on the back pass. That's
the guy who scored the goal.
Why did you say?
Because I'm shocked.
Yeah, that's the guy. It wasn't well. It wasn't. He didn't hit it with enough venom, with enough conviction.
Why would a number 9 think of? The first thing that comes into his mind is to pass the ball back.
Oh, I mean, these days passing out from the back. Once you try to play through the middle and it's not working, you restart the whole process. And I mean, have you forgotten about Jeffrey Kondogbe's infamous own goal? Yeah, because you have to start from the back and recycle it. They recycle the possession, and that's what he tried to do. But the execution was poor. Look, it didn't have enough power, didn't have enough conviction.
No, there's a third goal for Portugal.
They gave the ball away
Smash.
João Neves.
Beautiful. I think Armenia have lost it now.
Yeah.
I think the back pass has just broken them down. Look.
No, there was another pass that was given literally away to the Portuguese in this build-up once again. So,
Portugal, the quality will show. The quality will definitely show.
Minutes, but Portugal 3, Armenia 1.
Roberto Martinez, no, I'm not convinced.
There are question marks around.
Very, very huge question marks around him. I'm not convinced at all. I mean, there were question marks around him, and he isn't doing himself any good. Looking at the way he's handled himself. And in this particular game,
so João Neves giving Portugal the third goal. It was that was Nelson Semedo.
Yeah, good work.
Beautiful footwork.
But why would you give the pass to a teammate? He
made it up to Vitina. Vitina just found Bruno Fernandes. And then Fernandes laid the pass.
You see where Bruno Fernandes had moved over. He was central. That's where he's more effective. Because in that situation there was an overload. They had created the high press, and Nelson Semedo had occupied that spot on the right side, and so Bruno Fernandes naturally would move a bit central, and look at the way he was able to link up play with his teammates and just had João Neves smash that ball into the net. So
I think Bruno has moved to the number 10. I'm looking at Portugal's shape without the ball. So he's now just behind Ramos. So you have Rafael Leao and I think Bernardo Silva on the right. So I think, I'm sure the Martinez has made some change, or maybe the players themselves will just realize it and make it.
It happens. Because these are intelligent players. Once they see that, this is the structure, this is the game plan, but the game plan is not working. I mean, at some point they'll make in-game adjustments, on-field in-game adjustments, and just shuffle things a bit around, just to get themselves in a comfortable spot to be able to get the job done.
So he's more advanced now. He's more advanced, more like an extra number 9, or maybe a second striker for Ramos, because he's more advanced, and that's where Fernandes actually thrives.
But there's another thing also happening in defense for Portugal that I'm not understanding.
Then that means they'll switch to a back 3?
No, I think it would still be a back 4. So Veiga, Ruben Dias, Nelson Semedo, and who's the left back?
Cancelo.
Yes. Yeah. So that's it. So the keep. I mean, that back 4 can also move into a back 3.
No, they shouldn't try moving into a back. Reason being, that particular closely knit players, those two, that's Veiga and
Diaz.
No, not Diaz. Vega and
Mhm.
Diaz is looking good, but Vega and Cancelo is looking terrible. Reason being, Vega is not being able to pick up the plot to move beyond Cancelo when Cancelo is getting closer to a player. So that should Cancelo be beaten, he's up
There's cover.
there to stop it. That was what led to the first goal, and subsequently they've been committing similar errors. But and also, should they shift to a back three? Guess who is playing in front of that part of the attack? Rafael Leao, the player who is
He's not tracking
responsible.
back to do any defensive job. For
Not
you.
not necessarily even tracking back. The player who has given the ball away more than any Armenian player on the pitch.
Charlie, but Rafael, I don't know why I find him very lazy.
No, his
No,
potential.
for him it's simple. He can walk into a game and be the best player on the pitch, and also end up being the worst player on the pitch, despite the immense talent that he has. That's how he is. And I once chanced on this conspiracy theory that
he's an okay footballer. He's content
No.
with more like.
no, he's not an okay footballer.
No,
He said
from what I see, like he said, the potential we see, I think he can do way more better.
exactly, because he's immensely talented. But like I said, it's all about how he feels that day when he walks onto the pitch. Honestly, I believe
It's
I
not
remember,
about how he feels.
I
I remember you've made this.
I've made this point before. Like some days he rolls out of bed and he feels like he just walks onto the
yeah,
bench.
ball.
No, today I'm not feeling it. So you know what? I'll just go through the motions. But on other days he goes in there and he's like, nah, today I'm really feeling it. So I'll show the world what I'm really made of. Then he goes out there, then he balls out. So it all depends on the kind of motivation that he has that day, or the kind of mood he is in that day, mentally wise.
Okay, so
If he is on point, he'll go out there and he'll ball out.
Yeah.
If he's not really, you can tell sometimes his body language is off. You can tell that he's not really himself. He's not really feeling it. Oh, then that day you see the worst part of Rafael Leao. So, and I even gave out this theory that look, if Roberto Martinez or any of the Portuguese players, particularly the leadership, I'll always try to find maybe some sort of motivation for Rafael Leao.
which is bring more baby girls.
Yes, bring it, and that's a possibility. It's a possibility. Bring a baby girl or baby girls to the stadium. Get him to see one of them. I mean, let him ball out to impress the ladies, or maybe find a close friend of his that he hasn't seen for a while. Something like that. Yeah, just to cheer him on, like, oh yeah, we are in the stadium, we are here to see you. So that in that situation, oh yeah, he's here to see me. Yeah, he hasn't seen me ball for a while. So yeah, that's when you get him to be a bit more motivated. That's my theory, though. But
I see him. I actually see him as a proper futsal player. Like,
Charlie.
oh no, this is not like to denigrate him or disrespect.
No, but
the point here I was
comparing
making-
him to Anthony, who would you call a
in
futsal
fact, they are
player?
in the same bracket.
No, but what
oh
is-
no, I mean,
Okay,
come
so
on, you can't
Leao is slightly ahead than Anthony.
Oh, most likely he's way ahead of Anthony. I mean, Rafael Leao was named Sierra Player of the Year a couple of seasons back.
I think that's when they won the Italian.
Yeah.
No, but you are
So
mentioning
he's that
futsal.
guy.
No, I'm
Futsal.
saying, not
When you're talking about
I'm
futsal,
saying
when
that-
I say futsal,
Yeah.
do you know the kind of players that come to mind? Let me give you two. Gabriel.
on serious players.
Oh, I've not said that too. Futsal players. Gabriel Martinelli. Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli.
Players who play for themselves,
Yeah.
basically.
He's the perfect definition of a
And players who
futsal
feel
player.
like they want to play, and days they want to play. And
For
days they-
them, it is a theory of professionalism we have for them.
well, let's see.
So yeah, Rafael Leao, I've always had this thing about him that look, he's talented, like immensely talented.
Yeah.
But some way somehow it's about the application and he being able to deliver. We've seen a lot of players like that come and go, and that's why I was always cautious praising him, because I had seen it more than too many times to believe that okay, this guy can find that bit of consistency to be able to apply himself all the time and be able to more or less utilize that immense talent that he has to become an elite player. Because talent wise, I mean, in terms of wingers or wing forwards, he's up there. He's one of the best. But when it comes to actual delivery or application or execution, that's where it becomes a bit all over the place and not consistent. And that's how come he will always somehow slip under the radar. Because if you ask right now, if you ask any football evaluator, who would you be going for over the past 3 seasons? Michael Olise and Rafael Leao. If you ask me, I'll go with Michael Olise.
Yeah.
Over the past 3 seasons, I'm not using it based on
lifetime performance.
No, based on just this season. No. If you want to properly evaluate players, do it at least over a 3-year period.
Yeah.
And over a 3-year period, look at Michael Olise. The time he was even at Crystal Palace, less talented team.
Yeah.
He was still balling out.
Yeah, it was always a deciding factor.
Yeah.
Just hold on for me. There's an update at Hungary. So Hungary have also responded to Portugal's lead. It's Hungary 2, Ireland 1. The table is looking tasty. Charlie, Hungary is not giving up, you know. So the table is actually
there's no way Hungary would
qualify.
They are only doing their part.
Yes,
to win.
And hope that results will go their way. Hope that Portugal would put up some very atrocious performance.
But you look at these kind of teams, Hungary, Ireland, Armenia, and you don't even want me to start off with the whole Luxembourg, San Marino, Latvia.
Somebody said that
I look at
when it takes teams like Chad to the European qualifiers, they will qualify.
True. That's the thing. No, that's the thing. True. Look at the point build up. Look at the performances of the African teams in the qualifiers.
Yeah.
And compare it to what we've seen so far in the European qualifiers, and even the CONMEBOL qualifiers, all over the place, all over the world, all the confederations. On the average, the African qualifiers are the toughest.
Yeah.
The only difference is that with the CONMEBOL and the European qualifiers, the elite teams are so good that the African teams can beat them.
Yeah, can't really match up.
Yes, but in terms of striking the average, the African qualifiers are the most difficult because the quality is there. On top of that, you have to deal with Africa's logistical challenge. The travel, where even traveling within Africa is more difficult than traveling from Africa to another continent. And aside that, you have to deal with the weather. The heat, the humidity, all of those things, you have to deal with it. And when you put it and you compare that to the other confederations, it doesn't match up. African qualifiers, on the average, are the most difficult to be able to achieve and to be able to compete in compared to the other confederations. But at the end of the day, you deal with what is in front of you. And unfortunately for teams like Burkina Faso, they have to miss out on potentially qualifying to the World Cup because of where they find themselves. Whereas the likes of England will be playing against Luxembourg, San Marino, and Latvia, and be qualifying to the World Cup. It's just not fair, but it is what it is.
No, but quickly to expand a little more on that, guess countries like Chad, Niger, even to some extent Angola, playing against Cyprus, Romania, San Marino,
Bulgaria,
Latvia,
Azerbaijan,
Estonia, Moldova, Kazakhstan, Liechtenstein. I mean,
Sadie, hold on. There is a 4th goal for Portugal. Was that Bruno Fernandes?
No. Jean Neves. Brilliant free kick.
So the PSG midfielder has grabbed his 2nd goal for Portugal. It's Portugal 4, Armenia 1 from a free kick. 41 minutes done in that game. Then the Portuguese are cruising, looking to qualify. Oh boy, that was sweet, untouched, clean, quality.
What was the goalkeeper doing?
He's chilling there.
Let me see. Okay, the wall.
On top
no,
of
they
it.
didn't. Okay, it's okay.
He didn't arrange the wall properly.
Yes, they didn't construct the wall properly. And on top of that, the ball wasn't necessarily placed in the corner, the top corner. He could have saved it. Should have saved it.
I'm sure Neves
He didn't do it.
I'm
No.
sure Neves used the post as the target.
No, he didn't do it. The goalkeeper should have done better. Poor goalkeeping. From the construction of the wall to he not being able to move his feet on the line, just statue. He just stood there.
That's what I'm saying. He's chilling.
And yes, it was a good free kick, but this wasn't a world beater of a free kick where there's nothing you can do to stop it. No. This is a straightforward free kick. Man, he should have done better.
Yeah, so it's Portugal 4, Armenia 1. Said you were making a point.
Yeah, so I'm saying that for the closeness of football, like I was saying, Africa is quite difficult. Now, just oppose that to an Italian team who are playing in a group that they cannot touch the leaders, and yet their head coach seems to be, trying to make a point. However, he ceases to understand that the meat is in the pudding, if I'll coin my own term. Because if his Italian team get to be placed in a group with certain African teams, I think he would have.
You think they'll struggle?
Oh, he will reconsider his decision. Trust me, he will reconsider the kind of statement he made.
Wow.
Oh yeah, true.
Gennaro Gattuso.
Because seriously, you look at the Italian team and tell me what exactly are they playing?
Yeah, nothing.
We are talking about. Let's even juxtapose Italy and Ghana in World Cup qualifiers. How many World Cups has Ghana missed in a row since they started going to the World Cup?
Just once, 2018, Russia.
Should Italy miss this World Cup, they would have missed 3 consecutive World Cups. They would have missed 3 consecutive World Cups. So it's something that they need to look inward, not blame the African continent. Because the African continent are chilling. A whole Nigeria and a whole Congo, whoever wins today, they are still not yet in the World Cup. They've got to go to Mexico, Guadalajara
and Monterrey.
Yeah, to go. Oh wow, to go play
the intercontinental
playoffs, where they will be playing in altitude against the likes of Bolivia, who enjoy playing in altitude.
In New Caledonia.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's it. Portugal taking on Armenia. Portugal 4, Armenia 1. Elsewhere, Hungary 2, Ireland 1. So it's just simple, right? Portugal will just qualify as group winners if they beat Armenia, and that's what they are currently doing. Or if Portugal draw and Hungary do not beat the Republic of Ireland by, let's say, 3 goals or more, or regardless if Hungary and Ireland draw, Portugal draw and Hungary win by 4 goals or more, Portugal will finish second and enter the playoffs. But at this point, they are just making things simple. Is that a penalty?
5-1 loading.
Oh,
it's a penalty.
Armenia are all over the place. Just when we thought they would pull up some upset and grab the headlines, just like Ireland did. Also, it's a penalty. 45 plus 2 minutes. 054996 That's the WhatsApp line. You can text into the show. I am Gabby of in studio with Yao, Ajay, Minta, and Sedinam Edmond. Final, of course, between Nigeria and DR Congo, which kicks off later tonight at 7 p.m. in Rabat, Morocco. Who would clinch that ticket to next year's playoffs, the Interconfed Cup playoffs in Mexico, March 2026, in Monterrey and Guadalajara. So 2 countries will qualify from the Interconfed playoffs, making the 47th and 48 teams to complete. The 48 teams would be partaking at next year's World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Yeah, so let me run you through the groups in general. Group A has got Germany, Slovenia, Northern Ireland, and Luxembourg. Germany do have 12 points. Slovakia, same point, 12. Northern Ireland with 6 and Luxembourg 0. The whipping boys in the group. Considered 12 and scored just 1 goal. But taking you back to that Portugal game against Armenia, Portugal about to make it 5-1. It's Bruno Fernandes behind the ball. And yes, see that. So it's Portugal 5. Armenia 1.
First no good.
Oh yeah, take your time, man.
Oh, it's no good, it's no good, it's no good.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Onyade,
said
it's
you
no
have to
good.
make judgments.
Oh, yeah, Onyade. It's no good, it's no good.
Seriously, this
No,
is the
because
best.
there was even a chance that Portugal had. It took the ball took a deflection and it hit the post, and you should have seen him sprawling all over the place trying to make a save, but he was not getting anywhere close to the ball. No. He's just not good. His level of athleticism is very, very low, and it's one of the weaknesses that have been pointed in Ghana's very own Benjamin Asari's game. And yeah, in this case, the Armenian goalkeeper, his level of anticipation is also very poor. So yeah, he's not a good goalkeeper. He's not.
But how many penalties has Bruno wasted this season for Manchester United?
Let me see.
I think it will be about 3 or 4.
Three.
Yeah. And this one there, the goalkeeper did not even wait.
Yeah.
You know that he would definitely
Take that home.
But what? Why? Come on, man.
Well, so it's Bruno Fernandes actually. That's his first goal for Portugal in the European qualifiers. It's half time between Portugal and Armenia. Elsewhere, Hungary taking on Ireland. 5 minutes of added time. So Bruno Fernandes, João Neves with a brace. Carlo Ramos, 28th minute, and Renato Veiga, the 7th minute. He got the first goal for the Portuguese. The Republic of Football 97.3. Gabriel Ferrier, Woyai, Jamie, and Ty, and Sedinam Edmond. You can feel free to just join the conversation. 0549 96 996. Well, for the European qualifiers, this is the state of play. 12 group winners qualified directly for the World Cup. And runners-up will participate in the playoffs along with the 4 best-ranked group winners. The Nations League that did not finish their European qualifiers group stage in first or second place. So qualified as group winners, there's Croatia, there's England and France who have qualified. There's some more games coming up later today. At 7 p.m. Nope, at 5 p.m. rather, Albania will take on England. Then Azerbaijan up against France. We'll come to that England talk a bit later. Thomas Tuchel said something really interesting with in relation to his midfielders and competition for places. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. France, who have also qualified, will take on Azerbaijan at 5 p.m. Serbia up against Latvia. Ukraine will take on Iceland. Israel up against Moldova at Charlie. What kind of game is this? Israel and Moldova. What are they playing?
Look, if Israel and Moldova,
a game of
Niger and Burkina Faso is a way better game than Israel and Moldova. I take Niger to Europe. Trust me, they will get very, very close to qualifying, if not qualify, depending on the group they land in. But in Africa, Niger is not qualifying.
Because Israel and Moldova, why would you watch that game though?
Israel and Moldova.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be a game of hackers.
Well, let's see.
Because at this point, it's quite interesting how they draw their lot and put them into groups as well. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of disparities and you'd not even understand it. You'd expect that the mere fact they play more games as nations.
Moldova, sorry to cut you, said
no
Moldova are in Group I.
Yeah.
They've drawn just once. They've lost all 6.
Yeah.
Considered 28 goals.
Chad did not even do that.
And they've scored what? 4.
Chad did not do that. Central African Republic will not do that.
So are you saying Chad and Central African Republic will beat Moldova?
No, if we look, let's just
Central African Republic will be Moldova.
let's just oppose it with the
Central
kind
African
of teams
Republic
that
will be
were
Moldova.
there.
That one
Let's
for
compare
sure.
to-
I know that one for sure, but I don't know about Chad though. But Central African Republic will be Moldova.
Okay, interesting.
And for Israel, they will bring in Comoros.
Exactly.
So for that,
No,
for that
Madagascar.
Group, for that group, that group has our own Gennaro Gattuso and the Italians who are second in that group, and they take on Norway.
Yeah.
Norway, who are top, have
Yeah.
21 points. Italy do have 18 points. Norway just have one job to do. And you know, Norway are actually unblemished in the group. They've won all 7.
Yeah.
So they've scored 33 goals.
Yeah.
And they've conceded 4. There was one game I think Haaland scored about 5.
He scored 5, and he ended up also missing a penalty in that game.
And then the following, the next game, the subsequent, he scored a hat trick again.
Yeah.
And that was what's his name? Odegaard also scored. I
yeah,
think
that was
a
the
great-
hat trick game. Yeah, he made the penalty in the game that he scored a hat
The
trick.
people
Yeah.
are just scoring for fun. Look at see the number of goals they scored. 29 compared to the Italians who are have scored just 12 goals. So they
How
scored
do you
20.
blame Africans for this?
Yeah. So let's talk about
even
that
if
game.
even if they lose that game,
Mhm.
they'll still qualify.
You mean they're
Norwegians?
Okay.
Yeah, because it will be based on, if there's a tie, it will be based on score difference,
Yeah.
which is goal difference more or less.
Yeah.
And you look at the goal difference. The last time I checked, it was
It's huge. Oh.
Norway have 29
Yeah.
plus 29. Italy have plus 12.
12.
So
What?
realistically,
let's do the calculations.
so
That's
that
about
was 17.
17 goals.
17 goals. There's no way they are
17-0.
Yeah, there's no way they are catching up that goal difference.
Even
No.
ask yourself, who is going to score the 17 for the Italians? That's all. That's the only question.
Oh, Retegui is there.
How many goals can Retegui score?
Retegui is there. Let me go. Oh, Raspadori is also in there. So
I would
yeah,
prefer a Retegui to a Raspadori this season.
yeah. I mean, most definitely. But he also look. That's how bad the Italian striking issue is. The fact that
So the last game they played against Moldova, he ended 2-0. Right, the goals came from Mancini, who is a defender, and then Esposito from the bench also at the challenge. Look, the quality in the Italian teams. Look, I've watched
Esposito is an up and coming player.
Yeah, I've watched
forward, but
Italian teams, like the Italian national team.
yeah.
Look at this squad.
Oh, they have quality.
Look at but the quality. Yeah.
Oh, they have quality.
The quality.
Oh, it has dropped, but they have quality. That you cannot take away from
look
them.
At, see, look at the attack. Zakani,
Zakani.
Skamacha. It's not the
Skamaka,
yeah.
the
The
Western.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have quality, but it's just that
Ossolini.
It's just that it's not as
Sandro Tonali, fair enough. Newcastle United, Cristante, the AS Romacha,
yeah. Brian Cristante.
Raspadori, Napoli,
Yeah.
Cambiaso, Mancini, and then Bellanova. Italia's right back.
Oh no,
Italy's right back. Bellanova is playing.
yeah, but he's a very good player. I mean, Atalanta, he's a very good player, and you know, there's also Barella, there's Bastoni.
Yeah.
They have a couple Di Marco. They have a couple of world beaters, quality players. But it's just that, like you said, the forward line is an issue. Look, if Retegui is your top level or your best outlet as a striker, then you have an issue. And even the guy is not even like Italian like that.
Yeah.
He's Argentine,
Yeah.
but because his grandparents are from Italy, that's how come he got roped into the Italian national team. But back in the day, you had Alberto Ghilardino, you had Luca Toni, you had Del Piero, all of these guys battling for position. Yaquinta, when Ghana went over to the 2006 World Cup, Vincenzo Yaquinta, all of these guys were there. To the extent that even Luca Toni wasn't even starting some of the games. Del Piero wasn't even starting some of the games. So the quality has dropped, especially in their forward line. But overall, they do have quality. I mean, they have a world-class goalkeeper in Donnarumma. Like I said, Bastoni, Di Marco, Bellanova is a very good player. He's quite underrated, but he's a very, very good player as a fullback. He plays for Atalanta. You should watch him. He's a very good player. Barella is a world beater. I mean, he will walk into any midfield in the world, any team, any country in the world. But the rest, the outcome, that's where there's an issue.
But you see, those who are not at the level of the
like a
players you
Barella,
have mentioned,
yeah, that's where they
are more than
yes.
the players with high quality. That's what the issue is.
But for me, that's also disappointing because the players that you mentioned that aren't up to the level of Barella and Bastoni, they are not terrible players. They are very good players.
And where is Zaniolo? Is he injured?
Oh, no, he's back. He's back in form. He plays for Udinese, and now there's even reports that they want to convert his loan deal into a permanent one. It's just that those players, they are good players, but that's where the disappointment comes in. That you have a core of excellent players and a larger group of solid, very good players. How is it that you are not able to mesh those two together to be able to get the results? Initially, for me, Italy, they were messing around with the I think Spalletti messed up a little bit. He was playing with a back three, and the worst part was that in training in the lead up to games, they'll be playing with back five and all that. But just before the game, they'll switch to back three and they'll shuffle things around, and it made everything just messy. I don't know if maybe he thought way too deep or way too much of the opposing team, and that got him to more or less alter his system way too much to the extent that it veered away from what they had practiced in training. And so they will go onto the pitch, and it will look like, and if you watch their games under Spalletti, it looked like they were going through the game plan for the more or less for the first time. Well, it was quite new to them. And it really affected their qualification campaign. That's how come they are in the spot. Other than that, they should be motoring towards qualifying to the World Cup with no way eyeing a place in the playoffs, and not the other way around. But at the end of the day, no way. They've also been through the trenches. They haven't been qualifying to these major tournaments for a while. And so if it breaks, if the factors break in your favor, take advantage of it. And I'm glad that they've done it so far. And from the way things are looking, how will be playing at the World Cup.
No, but you see, it's because of one game. That's why they are where they are. Because Norway beat them by 3-0. But again, you have scored 5, and then you sit down for Israel to also score 4. When you have all the best goalkeepers and the Barellas in midfield against an Israeli team, they are able to put 4 past this defense of yours. Then you should know that you, the team, you are not ready. You, the team, you are not ready. And the quality in the Italian team has fallen off big time. Looking at where they came from and where they are currently, I don't think they have replaced the players who phased out of the team properly. And then again, I go to say this, that they've not been doing any better with the lower ranked competitions. They've not been doing any better with it. You look at their under 17, I don't want to use the word that somebody will use, say con. I don't want to talk about their under 20 team. No, I said I don't want to. That does not mean I've used it. That was the word I didn't want to use. Now, the under 20 team, you will not understand what they are doing. You get to the under 20 side, they are robbing in a lot of Africans who are sort of choosing to play for them at that stage. Then you get into the national team proper, and it's all over the place. They are looking inside the Italian Serie A, which has also fallen off a cliff, to try and pick the best of the players in the Italian Serie A to come and play for the national team. Now you look at the best of the players in the Italian Serie A, and they are hardly Italians. You just look at the best players in the Italian Serie A who are scoring all the goals, creating all the chances, and they are hardly Italians. Look at in recent seasons, who have we mentioned as being the best players in Serie A?
Mostly foreigners.
Exactly. So it's a very difficult position they find themselves in, and it's not like they are also exporting the best of talent as well. It looks like they need to take a look at their talent pool again, go back to the drawing board, and actually try and work something from there. Because should they even qualify to the World Cup, I can assure you it will be a disastrous outing for them.
All right. Let me take some messages. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll build up to Nigeria's game coming up later tonight against DR Congo, the World Cup playoffs. We'll try and talk with a Nigerian sports journalist. Just bring us up to speed. Can the Super Eagles go past a very stubborn DR Congo side? Can they do it? I would love to hear from the Nigerians though, listening to me or watching us on Channel 1 TV. Just reach out to us. Let's hear from you. What do you make about our team? Your team, my team, your team, the Super Eagles. Yao Ejimin Test, Victor Osimhen. Hey. When we come back, we'll see. We'll talk about if we'll talk about the Black Stars.
Okay.
We'll talk about the Black Stars. We'll talk about the Black Stars as well. Let me take some messages. Joshua Holotu says Diogo with love. He's also giving us an update on the scores regarding Portugal's game against Armenia. Caleb Edu says the banter is still on. Redmond Osei Akoto says Nigeria will lose. Olugbenga Bamidele says DR Congo can't survive the attacking power of the Eagles. He says they play more like Cameroon. Their legs will get tired as the game goes into extra time. El said Josiah Aya says I am here at Prom Prom. I'm getting some egusi for this evening's meal. Okay. You're enjoying. Was listening to us, watching us on YouTube. On the WhatsApp console 0549969996. This one. Behave yourself. Felix Tata says, are you sure Ghana can play like the way England and Portugal are playing? Hey.
Average. I'm saying on the average.
But seriously.
No, if we take out the top 10 in Europe, the rest.
Exactly. Maybe he didn't get your point.
No, I'm saying on the average.
Yeah, we'll
when you strike the average, it's just like CONMEBOL, the South American side. If you take out Argentina, Portugal, Uruguay, Brazil,
the rest are not at that level. I agree.
The rest,
Bolivia, Peru,
Paraguay, Chile,
Nicaragua, and all those things.
Chile.
What? But Chile are falling off.
Yeah.
You're not forgotten about them.
Yeah, Chile. So if you take out those guys, if you take out those top 4, and back in the day, Chile, when they had their golden generation, so top 5 back then.
Yeah.
The rest.
So there's a top 4, and then there's constantly
and
one
team that comes up.
In and out.
I think what I've realized with them is that I think in the last couple of years, Bolivia is looking to be that.
No, I think it's Ecuador.
It's Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Right?
Ecuador is there.
But they're also shaping up.
Yeah, they are okay. They are decent, but it's Ecuador that is now what Chile was a few years ago.
True. I think talent-wise.
Now they have a lot of players coming in, and a lot of players coming in,
and constantly this team. Colombia also kept flirting in and out of a bit. So with them, they are now trying to sort themselves out, but we'll see what happens to them.
So what, are you saying that Colombia, Ghana can beat Colombia, Ghana can beat Chile, Ghana can beat
Paraguay.
Ghana can beat all of those countries.
Let me take this.
But against Brazil, it's a problem. Against Argentina, it's a problem. Against Uruguay, it's a problem.
It's not a problem if we tactically arrange everything. It is not a problem.
Hold on for me. I'm sure you guys watched the Senegal's game against Brazil. We'll come back and talk about that. Gabi, Nigeria needs to drop this World Cup because of their behavior. They are too wicked. Okay. Well, could you first start from Odoko, Parliament Chapel? We're taking a quick break. When we come back, there's more football talk for you on the Republic of Football on 97.3 on TV's Channel 1 TV, on YouTube, City Sports Ghana, and on X at City FM. I'm Gabi Ofer. We'll be back shortly. on TV. On YouTube, it's City Sports Ghana. On X at City FM. I'm Gabby Ofe. In studio with Sedina Medmon and Yahweh Jaminta. Technical support Desmond and Edwin Kwakofi. Mine behind the YouTube. Works and all. Feel free to join the conversation. 0549969996. 0549969996. Later we'll activate the phone lines and we'll get talking. On X, you can find me at Gabi Milito 7. It's a 6th goal for Portugal. Portugal 6, Armenia 1. Is that Bruno Fernandes? Yes, it is. So Bruno Fernandes with his 2nd goal for Portugal. At this point, Armenia should just give up because it's looking like a bloodbath. I'm sure by 90 minutes they would have hit about 8 or 9 goals. Portugal can't score 9.
No.
Okay.
They don't have that killer instinct to be able to dissipate a team to that level.
Okay.
They'll score their 6. It'll be okay. They'll start making changes very
All right.
soon.
So it's 2 goals in 5 matches for Bruno Fernandes. All right. Let's talk about the World Cup playoffs here in Africa. The finals is later tonight. Nigeria and DR Congo meet in Rabat for Africa's solitary ticket to the Inter-Confederation playoff for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The Super Eagles arrive on a surge after that 4-1 extra time win over Gabon. The Leopards came in hardened by stoppage time defeat of Cameroon. So it's a clash of constructing strength. Nigeria's cutting edge led by Victor Adimula. Can they go past DR Congo? For Nigeria, it's a step toward a 7th World Cup appearance. For DR Congo, it's a chance to edge closer to a first finals since 1974. At the time, the country was not DR Congo, it was named Zaire. So they are looking to make history. Yeah, but let me just run you through Nigeria's path to where they've gotten to now. But before that, the head-to-head result is the nations have met 6 times. DR Congo lead with 3 wins to Nigeria's 2, with 1 ending a draw. The last meeting was a 1-1 friendly in 2018. So this is actually their first competitive encounter in more than half a century. My goodness. So for the past meetings, on November 5, 1966, it was Nigeria 3, DR Congo 2. That same year, but a different date, it was 26th November, DR Congo 1, Nigeria 0. That same year again, they met. DR Congo beat Nigeria by 1-0. And then in 2010, Nigeria beat DR Congo by 5-2. And then in 2018, it was Nigeria 1, DR Congo 1. That's it. There's some interesting key battles we can actually look forward to in tonight's clash. We can talk about Osimhen, maybe an Mbemba Twanzebe, something like that. Is a mismatch city? Mbemba for you?
Yeah, Mbemba for me. That'll be a better battle.
And also Nigeria's left channel, where we would have one Bisaka also operating from, would look into. But let's talk about Nigeria, right? Eric Shaw has turned the corner with this team ever since he took charge. It's 2 draws and 4 wins, I believe, taking them up to the playoffs. They're coming up against a side that don't allow opponents to score a lot and also don't score much. It's very, very funny results. What kind of DR Congo team should the Nigerians expect today, Sadi?
A very shrewd DR Congo team. The last team actually to beat DR Congo was Senegal in their group. where they actually had a very, very strong showing in the group, barring Senegal. They would have actually made it through to the World Cup, but for obvious reasons, Senegal has more quality compared to them. Both teams, you would say, have, in terms of even Senegal and Congo, their age, it's much closer to the late 20s and early 30s thereabouts. That's where both teams are. And when it comes to that, the quality of Senegal was what came to light for them to beat Congo comfortably in that particular one.
Yeah.
Now they are coming into this game, and for me they are more motivated because technically I'm not sure that Eric Schell is up to the level of Sebastian for Congo. He's Eric Schell is not up to that level. Eric Schell, for most people, if you don't remember Eric Schell is the very person I'll call Bominsio.
At the AFCON,
at the AFCON. The coach who went through the sequence where there was water being poured on him when he was head coach of Mali. Now, he now comes into Nigeria, the Super Eagles, where he takes over the team. He has a rocky start. At a point in time, the number of coaches they had changed was more than the wins they got on the board with regards to the World Cup qualifiers. They changed 3 coaches with this particular World Cup qualifier. That shows how experimental the Nigerian FA have been. Now, coming into this game, they have really, let's face it, they have really struggled to get here, to push a game into extra time and finally get it done in extra time. You have expunged more energy, and you have really stressed yourself as players to get here. Now you're coming up against a team that is much more physical than the Gabon side.
Okay.
Extremely physical than the Gabonese team, and they are a little bit more hungry for me. Reason being, they have gone the long way to convince the likes of Wan-Bissaka to come and play for them and give them that dream of going to the World Cup. Let's put it this way: without Congo, Wan-Bissaka will not be dreaming of the World Cup. But now they have met at each other's point of need.
Okay.
Hence, they are working towards it to possibly give them the opportunity of going into Mexico next match to actually play for the spot. But for this particular game, Nigeria has had too much drama going into it. The drama did not affect them in the first game, but it was evident in the game as it progressed. It may not have affected them like a lot of us thought, but it affected them in the game as it went on. You look at the likes of the other semi-final, that is for Congo. Congo leaving it late to make sure that Cameroon, with their own disastrous form, do not dream of getting anywhere close, because I feel it would have been an easier game if Nigeria was playing Cameroon. Reason being, the kind of football Cameroon exhibited in the qualifying series in their group was one that did not even merit a spot in this particular playoff. But for CAF and their obvious reasons, let's face it, CAF and their obvious reasons, the likes of Nigeria should not even be here. We should not be having this conversation about Nigeria. We should not have seen this drama from the Super Eagles saying they will not train and all that. This is where some of us would blame CAF for, the various goalposts they keep shifting. You and I know,
and setting their own rules and breaking it.
Yes, you and I know that when it comes to football, when you accumulate cards, you do what? You set out certain games. Going into this game, CAF has cleared everybody of their cards. Where does that happen? Because CAF saw that both teams will be missing key players which would affect their game. Hence, CAF has cleared it. I feel CAF on their side, they are also really interfering a little bit too much. Just allow the rules play out. Let us enjoy the football. If indeed he has accumulated cards, he needs to sit, he will sit. If Chance and Member has accumulated cards, he needs to sit, he will sit. That is where the coaches are actually also going to earn their cash. Your best player in midfield is sitting down. What do you do to actually solve that hole that will be created because of your best player's absence? That is where Eric Shell would have earned his money. One of your best defenders is out of the game. How do you block that particular hole that's created so that the likes of Osimhen don't take advantage of it? That is where Sebastian also would have earned his cash. But now CAF has made it very easy, and CAF says you have cancelled out the cards. For me, I'm expecting a very fantastic game. I'm expecting a very low-scoring game. I'll be shocked if the goals are many. I would really be shocked. But I know we'll talk about the scorelines much later, but I'll be shocked if the goals are many. Again, how would Congo deal with Osimhen? Because Osimhen is the sunlight of the Super Eagle team. When Osimhen does well, Super Eagles do well. When Osimhen goes to sleep like a Rafael Leao, the Super Eagles would also go to sleep. That is for the Super Eagles. It's, I would dare say, overly dependent too much on Osimhen, who is currently their GOAT.
Okay.
He's the greatest of this particular team.
Is he the final strike on the African continent now?
Yeah, on the African continent, yeah. Easy. Who is better than him?
I really can't think of anybody now.
Oh no.
I mean, in terms of Mohamed Salah, nobody.
No, but
Antoine Semenyo, nobody.
Okay, so I'm looking like the proper centre forwards.
Centre forwards.
No, but that one, if you do that, you limit your options, because how many centre forwards are there these days? So just say forwards.
Forward.
Yeah. So if you look at the options, Mo Salah, Ismail Assar.
He beats Sadio Mane. He beats
Sadio Mane is playing in the Saudi League.
Sadio Mane Cristiano Ronaldo is getting all the goals in that.
No, like Sadio Mane won't like what you said. Cristiano Ronaldo won't like what I said about the Saudi League. I mean, Sadio Mane is playing the Saudi League. Yeah, but that takes him out, because think about it. If you play in the Portuguese league, and that's how come Gyökeres didn't end up winning the European Golden Boot award, because if you play in the Portuguese league, your goals are marked by 1.5 in terms of the I've forgotten the right word, the coefficient.
Yeah,
it's times 1.5. But if you play in any of Europe's top 5 leagues, that's French, Italian, German, Spanish, English. Your coefficient is every goal you score is marked times 2.
So,
but Gyökeres scored 39 last season, 39 goals, and Mbappe scored 31. But Mbappe ended up winning the Golden Boot because his coefficient, every goal he scores, is marked times 2.
It was way more higher.
Way higher than Gyökeres. So if a player playing the Portuguese league, his goal is the coefficient for every goal he scores is times 1.5. What would be the coefficient of a player playing the Saudi league?
You mean 0?
At times 0.8.
Okay.
So Sadio Mane is not in this bracket.
Okay,
we are talking about Salah, Antoine Semenyo, Ismail Assar. Those people.
Are we talking about this season? Or
this season. He's talking about this season. Even this season. Yeah, Ismail Assar is doing well. Crystal Palace is scoring some lovely goals.
Maybe you consider Aubameyang a bit.
And Antoine Semenyo, Aubameyang, because of what he's doing with Olympique Marseille. Yeah. So those are the guys we need to talk about. I mean, again, Victor Osimhen is he goes beyond Africa. Victor Osimhen's strike ability or strike rate and his conversion, it goes beyond Africa. We should be talking about him among the best in the world.
Yeah.
The likes of Erling Haaland, the likes of Harry Kane, those guys. Lautaro Martinez. The last time I had a heated debate with Coach and Nketiah, where they believe that Julian Alvarez should be ranked ahead of Lautaro Martinez. That's where Victor Osimhen belongs. Africa, he's gone beyond Africa. His level is beyond Africa.
He's the
best. He's the top 5 striker best in the world.
There was top 5. No, top 5. He will not be there.
Who are you ranking ahead of him? Okay. No. Who are you ranking ahead of him?
Let's count this.
Hold on.
Who are you ranking ahead of him? Not in according fashion. Who are you ranking ahead of him?
So I'll put Kane ahead of him.
Who?
Kane. Kane. I'll put what's his name? Haaland ahead of him. I'll put Mbappe ahead of him. And then I've gotten to 3. Yeah. So we'll continue. I'll put. Oh no! I'm going to base it a bit on what Yao said as well. The coefficient. If I bring in the coefficient, then Victor Osimhen disappears from the conversation for me.
No, I'm not bringing in the coefficient.
No coefficient.
No. Who is the best? The top 5 best strikers in the world today.
So now we are not
makes that list.
So this is not with where they are playing.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But at least if you don't be playing in Indonesia and be scoring 100 goals and
we'll put 0 in this conversation as well.
Okay.
We'll put 0
no problem
in this conversation.
0.
Then we'll definitely have to add Lautaro Martinez in this conversation.
So you rank those 5 ahead of Victor Osimhen?
Yes, surely I would.
Me aside Mbappe, Erling Haaland, and Harry Kane, nobody ranks ahead of Victor Osimhen as a striker. Nobody.
Okay.
He's a top 5 striker in the world.
Let's see what
top 10.
Top 10 is Julian Alvarez and Lautaro Martinez.
So that is where we expand him to.
Osimhen is
top 10.
Top 10 for you.
Top 10.
He's in top 5.
Top 10.
Top 5. He misses out on the top 3. Barely misses out. Barely misses out on the top 3, but he's top 5.
High hopes for this.
No, he misses out of the top 5 by Bam, not small. Bam. Let me. Oh wait,
he's an elite striker.
Let me ask you. Are you judging him based on what he's done?
No, based on because he plays in Galatasaray.
No.
Even let's even for you. You are judging him based on what he's done for club and country in the last one.
Yes, the past 3 seasons.
Again,
and he's even including now. Why are we not seeing him play in the Champions League? Look at the goals he's scoring against Liverpool and co.
If we expand it to the past 3 seasons, then we are rather limiting his chances of getting into this top 5.
No, how are we limiting it?
Because if we are to expand it into the last 3 seasons conversation, oh come on, man. Come on.
Last 3 seasons, what?
Good. Last 3 seasons, then we'll be bringing in the likes of Lewandowski. We'll be bringing in the likes of Lewandowski. Last 3 seasons, still Kylian Mbappe will be there.
Yes, that's why I'm saying he's top 5 because Lewandowski is top 5.
Lewandowski right now, this season, is not top 5.
No, I'm not basing it just on this season.
No, but right now
he hasn't played too many games.
Okay, but you know, Osimhen in some of the past seasons,
sorry,
but Lewandowski had a dip in form slightly
because of injuries.
Okay.
The season, the immediate season after the Napoli won the Italian Serie A with Osimhen, he had a dip. And but even with that dip, he scored more than 20 goals.
And then that whole episode of I was leaving.
But like I said, top 5, Osimhen makes it. The people that I will factor in the top 5 are Mbappe, Haaland, Harry Kane, and Lewandowski, and Victor Osimhen. Top 5.
Okay.
Top 5 in the past 3 seasons. Osimhen misses it for me again.
Okay. Well, no.
There's Lautaro Martinez.
The past 3 seasons, the past 3 seasons, this season.
It's okay.
Top 5.
The past 3 seasons. Okay, wait. Hold on. If we are to even bring in the conversation of, despite the fact that you are just scoring for personal glory, you scoring to also help the team, then I think Lewandowski, Osimhen disappears further from the conversation.
How?
Yes, because aside the Scudetto. What can we mention for him?
He made it to the AFCON.
He made it to the AFCON
final.
Others are making and winning stuff.
But Lewandowski didn't even what? The Euros. What did you do with Poland?
No, you see. You are mentioning Lewandowski, but that was not even the person I'm going to mention. Lautaro Martinez.
Cool. But
that is why Lautaro makes it top 5 for me, and Osimhen doesn't.
Drops. Okay. Fair enough. Heated arguments. I've seen the guys reacting on YouTube. The Nigerians are not happy with some of the things you're saying. Yo. Sadi, you know that. Yeah. So, this one says, let me see if I can read some message. It says, go Congo. Okay. So, Gracia Dortmund? Okay. Gospel Kids. Efosa Albano says, Nigeria will give Congo 5. when I start guys seeing that Osimhen is sleeping when playing for Nigeria, struggling hard to discredit Osimhen. Thank you. You had what? Okay.
What's up?
Okay. He's calling me the bald head friend.
Shining brother one.
Okay, he said thank you, my bald head friend. I think he's referring to you. Osimhen, no, so he agrees with your point.
Yeah.
So
That's 5-0.
Osimhen is currently the highest goal scorer in the Champions League. That has these guys, and you are there counting fingers like they're just.
No. You see. What are we basing it on?
5.
Okay, let me read this
No.
message.
What is the criteria?
Just hold on for me.
Yeah.
Who is the leading goal scorer in the Champions League at the moment? Who is making that impact in the qualifiers for their country? You have your answer already. Victor Osimhen is definitely in the top 5.
Top 5.
Okay. If he was a Ghanaian, would he say that?
Yes, he will say it because that's his job. His objective. That one, they shouldn't even go there.
How?
Olawale, okay. Olawale is a Nigerian. Victor Jimmy Adefe is also a Nigerian. Okay. So let's see. .3 The Republic of Football. I'm Gabi Ofe. Yeah, so we building up to Nigeria's game later tonight against DR Congo in Rabat, the playoff finals, the World Cup playoff final. Who would clinch that solitary ticket to the Inter-Confederation playoff? Meet the likes of Bolivia, New Caledonia. I saw Iraq, Jamaica, Curacao, and all sorts of teams who would be playing to get to the playoffs. But let's get to a Nigerian sports journalist in Victor Adimula. He's been following the Super Eagles really keenly. Hi, Victor. Can you hear me? And welcome to the show.
Yes. Hello, I can hear you loud and clear. It's good to be on the show today.
Great stuff. How are you doing, Victor?
Oh, very well, thank you. Hoping for a victory tonight with the Super Eagles.
All right. First, talk to me about what the people in Nigeria are saying ahead of tonight's clash against DR Congo. What are the people saying? Are they very optimistic that Eric Shaw can guide this team and go past DR Congo and clinch that solitary ticket to the Inter-Confed Cup playoff?
Yes, a lot of Nigerians are hopeful. I would say that some are actually quite happy we get to face DR Congo, not our very big rivals Cameroon, in this game. But they also understand that this is a one-off game, no second chance, so you have to take your chance. And not only DR Congo, they're a very strong team. They had a better record at the first round in their group, only losing 2 games. I think they had 7 wins from 10 they played. For Nigeria, we had just 4 wins at the group stage. We needed a miracle to get to the playoff. And now we are here, and just one more game to make it to the Inter-Confederation playoff in March. And we are just hopeful for a good game today against DR Congo. A lot of fans are optimistic, and they are hoping that if our boys click like they did in the last game against Gabon, especially in the extra time, that we should get the comfortable victory against DR Congo today.
All right, Victor, talk to me about Eric Shell. I mean, what he's done with the team. He's turned the corner. I think he's 2 draws and 4 wins. That's why the team are where they are. What are your thoughts? What are your personal thoughts about the Malian coach?
I mean, he has done so well with his team since he took this job. If he had started with this form, probably would have qualified for the World Cup as group winners. You know, he came in his, I think, when we had just won. We had no wins, I think, when he came in, and he was able to pull in some wins and had only 1 draw against South Africa. You know, and an away game. So he has been impressive so far. This managing the Super Eagles, and it's just 1 more win. It came in an impossible situation. You know, I think we were 4th in the group there, and now he has turned it around, and we are hoping for a miracle, despite all the hurdles we have to cross.
All right, great stuff. Now, what about the attacking talent the team has got? You look at that Nigerian team. I mean, I think that they've got really some good talent up front. The issue has got to do with the defense. It's a team that is coming up against another team that don't allow opponents to score too much. What are you expecting from Osimhen and the other players to step up tonight against DR Congo team?
I think these players want to be at the World Cup. They know this. For some of them, this might be their last chance. I think in this squad, I know we have a lot of arrays of talented forward players. We have very good strikers. Even some that were not called up. You know, players like Victor Boniface, Ian Achok will not be called up. You know, to the squad. That shows you how much depth we have in the attack. But the problem has always been the creative, you know, midfield position to feed this attacker to convert their chances. It will be a stepped up in the last game. Lady also did well, you know, to provide an assist in that game. So the boys know that this is the time they have to give their all. I think this squad is just Wilfred and Didi, Trosekong. I think maybe Ian Achok is not in the squad right now. So these are some of the Alex Iwobi. These are some of the players that have been to the World Cup. So the likes of Victor Adimula never been to the World Cup, most of the time or never. For many of them, this might be a very good chance. This might be their last chance. If they miss this opportunity, they have to wait till 2030. That's a very long time. And so they're going to give their all to ensure they get the result. The defense has been solid. The young Benjamin Fredericks has impressed so far. You know, coming into the Super Eagles team, making his debut, you know, just a few months ago. And he has come to stay, even providing an assist in the last game. So I would say the defense is better. Of course, we missed the likes of Ola, out due to injury that picked up in the game against South Africa. But I feel like this is a better team overall than it was when we started the qualifiers.
All right, Victor, I mean, Nigeria would have to deal with DR Congo first before they can think about whoever they would face in the interconfed playoffs, because the draw will be done. But we are beginning to have a sense of who would be in that playoffs. There's Bolivia already there. There's New Caledonia. The other teams that would also be playing, like Iraq, Jamaica, Curacao, and all of that. I mean, that's more games to play, and that would be played after the AFCON in December. And depending on what the team will do in Morocco, how do you think that this team can be actually ready? Do you think that the AFCON would be, I mean, what they'll do at the AFCON will set the tone right for Nigeria to go to Mexico in 2026 and go through the interconfed playoffs?
Yeah, so I agree. I think that the playoff right now is also a very good preparation for the AFCON, also in Morocco. So the boys are already having a feel of the atmosphere in Morocco, and they have to play more competitive games before the AFCON, which is a good one. Now, after the AFCON, if Nigeria ends up getting the victory against DR Congo and we go for the interconfederation playoff, the draws will be done on Thursday, the 20th of November. During the draws, the top 2 seeded teams would not play the semi-finals. There's only one game, the final playoff game. As it stands right now, I think in Asia it's between Iraq and UAE. In CONCACAF, in North America, it's between Jamaica, Panama, and maybe Haiti might slip coming. You know, we have Bolivia and New Caledonia already. So if Nigeria ends up going for the interconfederation playoff in March, we'll be highly ranked, and it means we don't have to play 2 games. We have to just play 1 game against the winner of the the first knockout phase. So I'm optimistic that if an African team, it could be Nigeria, it could be DR Congo, if an African team gets to the competition playoff, looking at the quality of teams there, not to underestimate anyone, I feel like an African team will get Africa's potential 10 tickets for the Men's World Cup. Fingers crossed. I think Nigeria defeating any of those teams. Bolivia, New Caledonia, even Jamaica, no disrespect, Panama, Iraq or Iran, bring them on. I feel like the boys can deliver. We should be favorites on paper.
All right, Victor. Any update regarding the issue that came up en route to they going to play Gabon with regards to the unpaid bonuses and all of that? What can you tell us?
Yes, I can say that these players have been through a lot. I then feel like they felt the best time to speak up was before the important playoff game. Some of the rumors was that some of the players were owed as far back as 2019. That was before COVID. But I think they were trying to get the bonuses for the AFCON qualifiers and the World Cup qualifiers that they played, that they were promised they were going to be paid before the playoff, and they never saw the payment. So apparently, most Nigerians are of the opinion that maybe they chose the wrong time to protest. Maybe they should have waited for the AFCON. But you have to understand that maybe they are tired of unfulfilled promises and promise and failures from the federation, and they choose the right point to make a statement for them to choose that delicate moment. Now, they only did not wait for a day. The next day, the captain of the side made a tweet and he said payment issue has been resolved and they have been paid all their owed fee. So it means that they chose the right time to actually get the benefit. I cannot imagine if the Super Eagles have to stand up what the female team or the junior team will have to go through. But yeah, that is behind them now. Now they have to win and they have to focus on the next game. But the captain of the side has tweeted that the payment has been made, and maybe we'll get to hear more details after they are done with this playoff. Because now I feel like the teams are in full focus. They don't talk about it too much now. But all we heard is that they have been paid, they have standing bonuses, and now it's to focus on the World Cup.
All right, Victor, let me drag you into this conversation, right? I've got two very good guests here with me, and they were just sharing their thoughts on where they would put Victor Osimhen amongst the elites. I've got one who belongs to a top 5 and one who belongs to a top 10. Where would you put him? And this is not to be, I know you're a Nigerian, but just let your submission to be devoid of any bias or whatever. Where would you want to rank Victor Osimhen, given his performances in the last couple of seasons for club and country?
You mean in Africa or in the world?
In the world.
Right now, I would say Victor Osimhen is top 5 in the world. And I will tell you why. I'm only saying this because of the fact that if you look at the team he currently plays for, you would say that maybe he would have done more if he plays for a big team, like the Chelseas of this world, the Man U. It's just a big team, okay. The Chelsea of this world, the Man U, the Arsenal, the Madrid, the Barcelonas of this world. But when it comes to the national team, he delivers. I mean, if you look at the highest goal scorers chart right now for the World Cup qualifiers in Africa, he's got 8 goals, and he missed the first 5 games due to injuries. So you can imagine the form he brings to the national team. So, and I believe that if he truly plays for a big team, that he gets a lot of quality players week in, week out, not to disrespect the Galatasaray players, Osimhen would definitely be banging in goals. Probably every season he could get as much as 40 goals or even more. So that's why I would say it's top 5. But looking at where he plays right now, you might not have the full picture until you see him maybe at the very peak, play for a very big side.
All right, Victor, my final question, that has to do with the goalkeeping department. A lot of Nigerians are not too happy with the performances of Stanley Nwabili and the other goalkeepers in Francis Zohu and other stuff. They think that Nigeria have got some deficit when it comes to bringing up top goalkeepers. What do you think? What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, before Stanley Nwabali came in, we had a goalkeepers problem. Before Nigeria was known to having great people. We were known for having great goalkeepers. From the Peter Rufai of this world to even Vincent Eyama. But after these guys retired, he just dropped and it dipped. And we keep reciting goalkeepers, not until the last AFCON. When Stanley Nwabali came in, I think it was just the second or third match for the Super Eagles, and he came to stay. He put up a decent performance at the AFCON. We got to the finals, and everybody started praising him that we finally solved this problem. However, now in the past few games, a lot of fans are worried that Nwabali is now getting overconfident. In their words, they feel like, oh, he loses concentration, he makes some errors. I remember the last game they played against Lesotho, they win in South Africa 3 months ago. He made a mistake that led to a goal, and they could have also maybe lost that game or got equalized. Lesotho could have equalized that game. So, and that's why they're scared that, oh, maybe he's getting overconfident, he loses focus and concentration, and that's what they feel like, oh, maybe the competition. Maduka Okoye, a very good keeper from Italy, and he should also put Nwabali on his toes. But I would say that Nwabali is a very good keeper, he's a good goalkeeper, and I hope he learns from experienced players when it comes to taking corrections and not losing concentration, especially when it comes to crucial games like this. So yeah, competition would definitely help players put their very best.
All right, Victor, thank you so much for speaking with us. We appreciate your time. And here in Ghana, we would want to say that we wish you guys all the best against DR Congo. Go and then the players should put in their best and clinch that ticket. Yeah, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Victor. We'll speak some other time.
No problem. Thank you so much. And not to bounce you guys, we'll join you guys at the World Cup. I don't think you guys will join us at the Congo.
You just had to do that.
Yeah, sorry.
all right, darling. Take care of yourself.
All right, thank you.
All right, so that's a Nigerian sports journalist, Victor Adimula. Just had to chip in the trolling that the Black Stars of Ghana will not partake at this year's AFCON in December. Well, interesting. But all the best to the Nigerians. They take on DR Congo later tonight in the finals of the World Cup playoffs, clinching Africa's solitary ticket to the Confed playoffs, which will be happening later next year in Mexico. That's Guadalajara, to be precise, in Monterrey. Guadalajara. Charlie, it's a mouthful, Yeah, but let me just update you on the European qualifiers. It's Hungary 2, Ireland 2, elsewhere Portugal 8, Armenia 1. Let me jump on to YouTube. I've seen the people, my guys reacting over there about the where they'll place Victor Osimhen in top 5 or top 10 in the world. All right, let me start off with Ola Wale. He says, if he was a Ghanaian, would you say, okay, I think I read that. Osimhen is not top 5. He's in top 10. Okay. This one says, he's top 3, in my opinion. Victor Osimhen, and I'm Ghanaian. He's the only reason why I want Nigeria to qualify. He's such a great player. Okay, Kane Magnitude says, you watch Osimhen play and you tell me he's among the top 5 strikers in the world. Massa, he no reach. Okay, Mr. Wick says, Ata go chop egg. Na waiting unasabi. Michael Kwejiata with a laughing emoji. Efosa Obano says, Shell has 2 draws. One against Zimbabwe Unuyo and the other in South Africa. Okay. Elsik Josiah says, in Wabili, okay, he was telling me to ask the Nigerian journalist about Stanley Wabili, and he says that he's making a lot of mistakes. Efosa Obano says Wabili is erratic, like someone suffering a concussion during the match, but we will manage him for now. He's also saying that LC Josiah says, do you know Nwabili's team is our relegation? Ishawa. Okay, Nwabili will definitely get the competition very soon. However, Eric Shaw can't gamble with another goalkeeper at the moment. Right, he's definitely starting tonight though. He's starting. Well, 0549969996 0549969996. I'm Gabi of I've got Yahweh Jeminta in studio with me, and setting up Edmond. It's 3:52 and it's 4:30 p.m. We'll activate the phone lines and then we'll speak with you out there listening to us. So later 4:30, just pick up your phone and you can call us on 05 986 996. So later you can call us a bit later. You can also call us on 053996 996. Let me get back to the guys. Let me talk to Sedi. Sedi, I mean, you heard a Nigerian journalist. He spoke a lot. I don't know what you want to touch on. He says he's going to put Victor on what, top 5?
Yeah, he says top 5.
He spoke. I asked him about the goalkeeper. I asked him about the coach Eric Shell. I asked him about their chances of going past DR Congo and playing in the Interconfed Cup. I don't know what you want to talk about.
Well, quick. I'll just like to pick on all three quickly. But for Eric Shell, I believe that even in extreme conditions that Nigeria makes it past Congo today and gets into their AFCON, their performance at the AFCON would let them sack him.
Because before the playoffs in Mexico.
Yeah, because for me, like someone said, he needs to up his game. He really needs to up his game. Eric Shell really needs to up his game. Being the third manager to finally try and get them across the line, he needs to step up his game. And for me, it's about time that they appreciated the level of talent they have and try to make use of what they have without necessarily calling stars. Now, with the goalkeeping issue, I feel the Nigerians are scared.
About Stanley Nwabili in the post.
Yes, they're not only about Stanley Nwabili.
So they just hold on for me. It's a 9th goal. I told you Portugal are going to score 9
because it's the
against Armenia.
So the last couple of goals have been scored by players who decided to come off the bench and also enjoy themselves.
Yeah, to add to the goal tally.
Because this is very much unlike Portugal to score 9. And Cristiano Ronaldo didn't score any because he didn't play.
Yeah, I'm sure wherever
he'll be pissed.
Yeah, he'll be just with them like I could have had a hat trick of four goals against Armenia. Look at my people.
Could have added to the 1,000 goal agenda, the 1,000 goal agenda. Anyways, but for Nigeria, I feel they are scared. They are scared to make a change in between the sticks. Why do I say so? Are Nigerians telling us, or as the Nigerian FA or Eric Shell telling us that watching or monitoring all the Nigerians in the world, Nwabili is the best that they could get? Is that what he's?
But have they got any other goalkeeper somewhere?
So they've not got any goalkeeper in the Nigerian Premier League. They've not got any goalkeeper of Nigerian descent playing elsewhere.
It's not of that quality they are looking now for. But like Victor Riley said, if you look at the goalkeepers they've actually dealt with in the past. Well, I have not watched a lot of the Nigerian league, so I can't speak much to it. But what I've seen in Europe, I've not seen any Nigerian goalkeeper or any goalkeeper of Nigerian descent elsewhere. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you remember the goalkeeper who was imposed when Ghana qualified ahead? Izu, yeah. He made several mistakes, and I think they played against Saudi Arabia in a friendly game even before that. After that particular game against Ghana, and they also made some mistakes in there. Then the AFCON came around, and Nwabili came in, and that's where they start with him. Yes. Yeah. So it's just like the situation Ghana is in right now, where we know that Benjamin Asare, from a pure goalkeeping as a pure goalkeeping prospect or player or profile, he's not the best for a team like Ghana. But at the end of the day, you look at the options. What are the alternatives? The alternatives have their issues, and it's not necessarily because of quality. Because from a goalkeeping quality perspective, I'll rank Atizigi ahead of Benjamin Asare. But like I said, when this subject came up, or this debate came up, for some strange reason, the players are comfortable playing with Asare in goal. And Asare looks comfortable playing in goal as a starter for the Black Stars. So we roll with him. I think it's the same thing that Nigeria also are dealing with. Except that they aren't, in their case, the players aren't necessarily comfortable with Nwabili. But you look at the options, there's no inspiring option out there, so they'll just roll with him.
So you finish up that point.
Yeah. So with what Yao is saying, the players are not comfortable with him playing in goal post for them because they tend not to sort of quote unquote trust him in.
They're always arguing back and forth, fighting.
It's the fighting part for me. Like, why would you, the goalkeeper, and your centre backs especially, constantly fight?
Choose the con.
Oh, sometimes he was even caught on camera fighting Osimhen. Like, so many issues. I believe strongly that there is a good Nigerian goalkeeper out there.
I'm sure they'll also be digging and see if they can actually get.
Maybe
Nwabili will need competition heading.
Oh yeah, he does need competition.
He doesn't need competition. He needs to be ousted.
Ousted, okay.
Seriously,
but I don't think. Okay, so I mean, for what he's done at the past AFCON, and they get a goalkeeper that maybe slightly ahead of him. Do you think they'll just throw him into?
You don't even need to get a goalkeeper that's slightly ahead of him. Even a goalkeeper at par with him that the players are comfortable with playing.
Yeah, they'll be in bed with that.
They will definitely be. Let me ask you this question. I'll bring in Richard Ofori. How would Ghanaians feel if Richard Ofori is to be in between the posts for the Black Stars? How would the players themselves on the pitch feel?
They won't feel confident because of what happened.
Exactly.
They won't feel confident. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. And then again, let's pick Yao beside me. Let's turn Yao into a goalkeeper for the next 2 years, and let's put Yao in the goalpost. I feel the players will be much comfortable with Yao compared to Richard Ofori. It's the same thing with Nwabili.
Because I have a clean slate.
Yeah. Once they get a goalkeeper who is even at par with Nwabili, I feel you see the frame of Nwabili and the performance of Nwabili, they are like two opposite things, and it's difficult to sometimes find the right words to describe him and his performance.
Yeah. Okay.
On the Nigerian bit, I think, look, yes, there are some goalkeeping inconsistencies in there.
Hey.
Armenia scored.
Now,
whoa.
Okay. So what? The 5 minutes of extra time is even done.
Yeah.
Armenia scored. But there was some substitutions in extra time, so they just need to.
The goalkeeper should have done better.
I think they go into the playoffs. That's why.
That's why they are jubilating. That's why because coming into this game they have 7 points and Hungary had 8 points.
Yeah.
And so now that they've beaten Hungary, then they'll move on to 10 points. So yeah, they'll definitely go to the playoffs.
Wow.
But with Nigeria, yes, they have some goalkeeping inconsistencies in there, but that's not their main problem or their major problem or their biggest problem. Their biggest problem is getting a guy like Ndidi to perform constantly. That's their biggest problem. If Ndidi does not play well, they have issues. If Ndidi does not play well, they have issues. And it's because he is the one who is able to bring in the composure in midfield. And he's able to bring everything that they have, all the quality that they have together and make it a formidable unit. Because without him, they are just a collection of star players or players who are playing in high-profile leagues. That's it.
Okay.
To the extent that a guy like Chidere Ejuke, who plays for Sevilla, is even coming off the bench.
Yeah.
All of these guys, they are playing in top leagues in the world, in Europe. Ademola Lookman, Alexi Wobi, all of these guys.
Yeah.
But you need a guy or maybe two guys who can pull it all together and make things work. And for Ghana is Thomas Partey. For Nigeria is Wilfred Ndidi. And so if he is not on his game, his A game, then they have an issue. Unlike Ghana, where though Partey hasn't necessarily performed the way he performs at club level as an elite midfielder, we're able to get by because Kudus will do his thing. Antoine, no, not Antoine Semenyo, because he hardly shows up for the Black Stars. Jordan Ayew will step up. One of those players will step up, and so we're able to get by. And that's how come we made it to we managed to qualify to the World Cup. But with Nigeria, until Victor Osimhen stepped up outside Wilfred Ndidi, they were dead and buried. They were dead and buried, and so that's where they have a major issue, where Wilfred Ndidi has to perform, or else it's pretty much doomsday for them, because up until Victor Osimhen stepped up, they were going nowhere. Unlike a situation where Ghana is in, where even if the main composer isn't playing very well, we're able to get some players in there to step up. With them, the players who are stepping up aren't necessarily many. You take Osimhen out, and pretty much they don't have anything. So that's the biggest problem that they have to deal with.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll try and activate the phone line. We'll talk to you out there. We're building up to Nigeria's game against DR Congo later tonight. The World Cup playoffs, 97.3. You're live on TV, Channel 1 TV, City Sports Ghana on YouTube and on X City FM. I'm Gabi Ofe. We'll be back after this. Republic of Football. I'm Gabi Affair. In studio with Yao Ejay Minta and Sedina Edmond. You can join the conversation by sending your thoughts on 054996 and on YouTube, just leave your thoughts there as well. When it's 5 p.m., we have some games coming up at 5. England will take on Albania, Azerbaijan up against France, Serbia up against Latvia, Ukraine take on Iceland. 7:45 p.m. there is Israel taking on Moldova, then Italy up against Norway. That game involving Italy-Norway should be nice in Group I. Let's talk about England. I'll try and see if I can get a starting 11 for you. When they'll be taking on Albania at 5 p.m. Okay, yeah, so the starting 11 is out. Henderson starts. It's a 4-3-3. O'Reilly is playing as the left back. John Stones, Jarrell Kwanzaa as the back 4, and then Dan Burn. Newcastle's Dan Burn is also starting as a right back. A midfield 3 of Declan Rice, Adam Watson, and Jude Bellingham. And a front 3 of Jared Bowen, Harry Kane, and Eberechi Eze. For Albania, Trakosha is in post. A back 4 Haisaj, Ismaiji, Jimiti, and Aliji. And a midfield 3 of Lachi, Aslani, Ramadani. Front 3 of Uzuni, Bajrami, and Hoxha. Yeah, that's the starting 11 for Albania. Is that what he texted me and said? That the way I mentioned the Armenian people, they were named. Yeah, guys, let's talk about Thomas Tuchel, TT. When did he say that? I think 2 days ago. He hinted at a potential midfield pairing of for the World Cup, and he's actually urged some players to tap into the winning mentality ahead of. So he spoke about. Let me see if I can get that. Okay, essentially, what he was saying was that what the players he listed would mean that players like Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer would have to be fighting for places.
It's true. Yeah, and we're having this discussion of and said he doesn't agree with Thomas Tuchel making that statement.
So he said, okay, I've seen it. So okay. Anderson as his ideal partner for Declan Rice.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
and it says that the shirt number now
the 10 position is up for grabs.
Yeah, it's up for grabs. So,
more or less.
Okay, so the conversation is around who picks that 10.
Yes, because his system is 4-3-3. That's the system.
Phil Foden and then Cole Palmer.
And there's also Eberechi Eze. Okay. There's also Morgan Rogers, Morgan Gibbs White, all of those guys. Okay, so here's the deal. The man is going with a 4-3-3. Now the back 4 today is Jarrell Kwanzaa starting.
You and I know that he's just trying.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't want to risk injury.
There's no way Jarrell Kwanzaa and Dan Burn is going to start at 4 and 2.
Yes, because he's preventing any injury to Reece James. Trent Alexander-Arnold recently came back from injury, so those are the guys who start at right full back. The centre back position, Dan Burn is in there, Kwanzaa is in there, John Stones is in there, Jarrell Kwanzaa is in there, so they are pretty much sorted in that area. Mm-hmm. The left full back position, that's where it's a bit tricky, because now there's Nico O'Reilly. He's not a left full back, makeshift left full back. There's also Des Spence.
For Tottenham's. He's also not a left full back.
He's also not a
right-footed player.
He's a right winger who had to play as a right full back. Then
he's now playing at a left back position.
Then move to the left full back position for Tottenham, because at some point last season, Tottenham's backline was decimated with injuries.
Who brought Spence? Yeah, it was Conte.
No, Spence came in when Postecoglou came in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that was one of his first buys.
Yes, he came in from I think Middlesbrough. So
for some good money.
Yeah, so the Spence is a right-footed winger who so happens to play as a left-footed, as a left fullback. So defensively, they're okay. Mm-hmm. Though the left fullback position is a bit of a weakness. Now, up front, Harry Kane has got his position locked. On the right side, Bukayo Saka has got it locked now.
and his replacement or backup is Jarrell Bowen.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricanes' replacement or backup is Oli Watkins. Now the left side,
the left.
that's also up for grabs. Marcus Rashford is there, and because of the gluts in that central midfield area, pretty sure they will move Eze also to that area. But there's Marcus Rashford, there's Anthony Gordon, there's Harvey Barnes. Those guys are battling for that position. So even Eze, he's not pretty much safe. So all of them will be battling for the number 10 position, because in midfield there are 3 positions. The DM position, you don't want to play Declan Rice as a DM. If you want to use him in the best way, you use him as a central midfielder.
Yeah.
So Declan Rice position, he is locked down. The DM who plays there now, it is Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest.
Mm-hmm.
His backup is the one starting today, Adam Wharton. There's also Kobe Menu in the mix. If he leaves Man United in January and goes to a club where he gets consistent playing time, he also be in the mix for consideration to be picked to the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So that position also sorted. So 2 positions in midfield sorted. You just have the number 10 position, and that position you have Phil Foden, you have Jude Bellingham, you have Morgan Gibbs-White, you have Morgan Rogers, who is starting today, and Thomas Tuchel likes him. Then you have Cole Palmer.
Would you add
So-
Jacob Ramsey to that?
Yeah, Jacob Ramsey too. So at some point, some players will have to be dropped. So at some point, some players will even make it to the squad, and at some point, some players will start from the bench. And we saw that in that 2-0 win over Serbia, where Morgan Rogers started and Jude Bellingham came in to replace him in the 65th minute, 66th minute. And that will be the template. And I have no problem with that, because at the end of the day, he has stated that for the system to work, you can't play multiple number 10s. Other than that, his system will be exposed, especially when you have an issue with your left full back position.
Yeah.
So for me, I have no problem with what he said.
Okay, so you agree with?
I agree with him 100%.
Yeah.
I wish Ghana has the same issue, where our coach will come in, lay out his game plan, and clearly communicate that the World Cup is coming. Once the World Cup is coming and we are closer to the World Cup, and I drop 1 or 2 players, it shouldn't come as a surprise.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't cause any turmoil or any chaos, because if I bring these players into my team, the profile, they are pretty much the same. There will be redundancy. Meanwhile, there will be leakage or weakness in some areas that will need to cover up. And so because of because of this, I'll be dropping a couple of these players because we have them in abundance, more or less. But I'll be picking some odd choices because we need to show up our weakness or our weak areas.
Yeah.
That's pretty simple. I'm okay with that.
Sadi,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And so what he has done
you
in the
agree?
next 6 months, when he's naming his World Cup squad and he drops Phil Foden, I won't be shocked. And he drops, if Kopama plays the way he played last season, the second half of last season, and he ends up dropping Kopama, there's no beef. There's no reason for any uproar. If he decides to go with Jude Bellingham and Morgan Rogers, looking at the way Morgan Rogers has played so far, if he decides to pick Rogers, Jude Bellingham, and maybe Morgan Gibbs-White, oh no, forget Morgan Gibbs-White, Eberechi Eze.
Yeah.
These 3 number 10s ahead of Phil Foden and Morgan Gibbs-White and Cole Palmer, there shouldn't be any controversy because he has explained it. So for me, I love the clarity.
Okay.
He has clearly stated his game plan and he has gone ahead to communicate it fairly well.
Sadi.
You see, it's quite interesting and it's always good. Let me take it from that point that it's always good for a coach to have a clear purpose of direction. And that is what Thomas Tuchel is exhibiting in this particular state. But you have literally named a couple of players or starters for your out of 3, 2 spots in midfield. Fine. Now what happens? Touchwood.
Oh, sorry. And for Declan Rice's replacement, there's Jordan Henderson. So that midfield position is blocked.
We forgot about
I forgot about Jordan Henderson.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Charlie, Tuchel really has
Headache, pa.
and you see, I think that's why he walked into that press conference and made his job simple by communicating.
Thank you.
No,
Because-
he's sort of rather made it more difficult.
Really?
How so?
Yeah. Let me
Okay,
explain
you
from
explain.
this
Let's see.
point. Now, you are a coach. You have established. You have a clear vision, purpose, unlike others. But we move from that. Now, you have abundance of talent. You get abundance of talent. England, France, Germany, or just even England and France, they are some of the nations with a lot of talent. I'll bring in Belgium, Spain, Portugal into that mix. Look, you've got a lot of talent across the pitch. You can field 5 different teams and give it to 5 different coaches, and they will all literally perform at the same level. You are going into a competition that you would need to put your best foot, because since 1966 it's been something very elusive and they are trying to get some silverware. I feel in as much as you're communicating your plan, you should not be extra explicit. Touchwood, should your first 2 choices get injured, what next? Because they are
You mean from now to when the World Cup?
yeah, because the players
Fixing.
that are being mentioned as lockdown players, quote and unquote, are playing quite a lot of games and are very, very important for their clubs. Hence, they'll be playing almost all the games when available. Declan Rice, I don't see Declan Rice starting an Arsenal game on the bench. Elliot Anderson, for this Nottingham Forest squad under Nuno Espirito Santo, knowing how Nuno wants to play, no, he's not starting on the bench. Who are their replacements? Wharton. Wharton is so pivotal to the Crystal Palace team that he's not starting on the bench.
Yeah.
And yeah, who did you mention as Rice's replacement?
Jordan Henderson. There's also he's called up Alex Scott of AFC Bournemouth.
Yeah. So now you bring in Alex Scott. So are you telling Alex Scott that he came to do Frefre Kobo?
Oh no, you brought him there to be part of the team, and just to the point that
from
you
where
made,
I'm coming
in
from, the
case
injury.
there's injury,
Good.
you wouldn't be a fish out of water when you get called up because of an injury emergency.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then that means that no spot is locked down. That is just
he's saying like-
a get out of jail free card for me, because it means that you are bringing the player in to familiarize with the environment, so that touchwood, anything happens, he's comfortable in the environment.
When you are thrown into the action, you don't find yourself.
So no one's position is on lockdown.
Oh, okay. So that's your
No,
That's where I'm coming from, because the players can also actually fall out of form.
So
yes,
it's
most
actually based
definitely.
on what will happen from now to next year. When
Yes.
the World Cup.
But I'm arguing from the point of not all things considered.
Okay.
Okay.
All things
Economics.
considered. Yes. That's where I'm coming from. All things considered. We know that some players, their form will fluctuate. I mean, between now and the World Cup, well, you have 6 months, 7 months. It's quite a long time. Injuries will pop up. Who knew Francis Abu would get injured the way he did, and it will rule him out of the World Cup. Injuries will pop up. Forms will dip. Some forms will rise. That's why I even included Kobe Menu in this whole debate, because he recently played at the last international tournament for England, so he's also part of the mix. If his form picks up,
Fair enough.
very likely he could be named. And so I'm saying, all things being equal, pretty much these are the guys that Thomas Tuchel is likely to work with.
Okay.
And it's very possible that, all things being equal, at least 2 big names won't make it to the World Cup.
Oh, not only two
In that
names.
midfield. No, I'm talking about that midfield department.
At least 3.
Pretty much.
minimum 3. I
Because the options, there are so many.
Yeah.
And the spaces are limited.
Yeah.
don't be surprised if a Jordan Henderson makes it to the World Cup
Oh, yeah.
and a Foden or Palmer sits at home.
Fulfording has to play out of his mind between now and June or May when the season ends before he locks down a place in this England team, because the way he's falling off.
But it's not what he has started at City, because I think in the last couple of games
But
he's been
even he's
fairly
doing
decent.
well. He's fairly decent, but it's not the way he was 2 seasons ago. No, 2 seasons ago he was unplayable. He was untouchable.
Yeah.
Now I watch him play, and long stretches he's not doing much. He'll get a goal or an assist here and there, but nothing that dominates a game for me. So for me, I don't think that he's a guy that is pretty much certain of getting a place, or his chances of getting a place in the team for the World Cup are quite high.
okay.
The same with Lewis Kelly, Lewis Kelly.
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel, again, communication. The last international window, he called him up to the England national team, and he stated at the press conference that he would love to see him play more minutes at Arsenal, and that if he continues to ride the bench and come off the bench and play 15 minutes, in the 75th minute you come in, 78th minute you come in and you play, it's not good enough to make it to the England national team. And guess what? It continued. This international break, he wasn't called up.
But I think that
Well-
I think now Touchwood, someone else is injured, so he would be getting a little more game time. Califury is out injured, so Miles Lewis Kelly will be getting some game time. But for the Cole Palmer fans, hear me out.
That's where the issue will come in.
Somebody's even attacking you.
No. That's where I'm coming. That's where I'm coming.
How fit Cole Palmer is better than all of those 10s you've
And
made.
that is where the
Saying
problem
no
is.
sport is locked. If no sport is locked, then does that mean that Tuchel doesn't his best 11 or 22?
I haven't said Tuchel doesn't know his first 11 or 22. The amount of talent available to Tuchel, he needs to keep an open mind
And
so
you see-
that he looks
let me
beyond
just-
his quote and unquote
Yeah.
starting 11.
Let me
or
just
starting
help with
22.
this point too. If you've watched Tuchel well, if you know the kind of manager he is, and I
Yeah.
think we all know what he is.
Yeah.
Tuchel doesn't fancy a lot of this flashy, overly do things on the pitch and stuff.
No.
That is why if Yao says that players like Cole Palmer and maybe Phil Foden, they miss out, I agree with him, because when I see these two players, I don't see them fit, and it's not like the players are not good.
No.
But it's the profile of the players working under a
In the
certain manager
unit,
who
in a certain
the
system.
yeah,
the
so
structure.
yeah, that's why when he said it, he said, I didn't. If it's a different manager,
See,
the narrative would have even maybe flipped.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe he'll probably even fancy Cole Palmer. Look, like maybe
Ancelotti would have carried all these players
Exactly.
to the World Cup.
now that even
find a
this
way to
season,
play them.
now that even this season, Cole Palmer is not even playing a lot of football. He
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
found a way to. If you look at what he did yesterday with the Brazil national team. When I saw the formation, for a minute I was kind of confused, but I realized that he's just trying to, and because of the manager he is, he was playing Vinicius and playing Rodrigo. Vinicius and Rodrigo
In the same game.
in the same game,
At the same
and
time.
having Esteval also in the game.
Yeah.
So easy. It's the manager he is. So I mean, Thomas Tuchel, as for what he said there.
And the thing is, you see, it's not about the ability of the player, as the listener said. Because Cole Palmer, from a quality standpoint, I think he's the most talented player we have. The England team has now
In that particular position.
in that particular position. In terms of raw talent, I think even irrespective of position,
The entire team.
the entire team, who's more talented than Cole Palmer now in the England national team? It's definitely not Jude Bellingham. In terms of raw talent, the way he's able to play, technical ability.
Yeah, natural. I think I want to.
I don't see anyone.
Yeah, I think I want to agree.
I don't see anyone. But he might end up not going to the World Cup because
Yeah, I think I want to agree because Palmer has got this quality. I don't know how to describe it. That
He just, and on top of that,
a lot of the players in that squad don't really have. The unexpected things that I mean you wouldn't see happening. That's what he would do.
Yeah, but you see again.
But then it has to do with mentality. And for a player who's that young and working under that manager,
mentality-wise, I think he's also up there. I mean, if you've
Tuchel
played
is very ruthless.
under
Tuchel is not
Pep
that manager
Guardiola,
that-
you've thrived dealing with all the pressure at Chelsea, all the chaos happening at Chelsea.
But guys, just a quick question. So, if you had your way, who would have been that preferred 10? So let me start with you.
For me, Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer,
Cole Palmer, hands down.
So
Because if you have
seriously.
Declan Rice,
Who?
Seriously, it would have been Cole Palmer. But now Chelsea would need to manage Cole Palmer.
No, all things
like
being
they-
equal, who
all
would you
thi-
do?
all
Okay,
things
so
being
let's
equal.
take out the injury. Let's say he's
Oh,
fit. He's
Cole
playing
Palmer,
for Chelsea
Cole
now.
Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
So Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
So Harry Kane is a Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka. I'll go with Anthony Gordon over Marcus
Okay,
Rashford.
Cole Palmer behind Kane.
Cole Palmer behind Kane,
Rice.
with Rice and Elliot Anderson,
Anderson.
as double pivots.
Not bad.
But you see, once we are bringing in the Tuchel factor, don't also be surprised with the current rate at which Mason Mount is beginning to pick form. No.
I didn't see this conversation.
No.
We'll have this conversation.
Mason Mount will have to score like 30 goals between now and.
Do you know what
May.
the English will do to Thomas Tuchel if they see Mason Mount in his...
Mason Mount, no.
You know what the press guys will do?
Bro,
Mason Mount.
Calm down.
To play where?
Guys,
As
hear me
what?
out, Hear me out.
As what? The 10 or as what? As a winger or as what?
No. You see, Tuchel is going into a tournament that he wants to prove a point, because you can't, if they go through this game with Albania unscathed, that means that they have gone through the entire qualifying series
unblemished.
without conceding a goal, and you can't.
But I think it happens with every England manager, more or less.
And then they go to the tournament
Yeah,
proper.
it's true.
It's true. That's when even the bookmakers add them, England is favorite to, and then they go and exit in the group stage and do us.
Up until Gareth Southgate showed up, where they made it to the semi-finals and the quarter-finals. Yeah. All things being equal, I'm setting up England starting lineup.
His name is first on the list.
First on the list, Cole Palmer with Harry Kane, Bukayo Saka, Anthony Gordon on the left side of attack, Bukayo Saka on the right side, Cole Palmer playing behind Harry Kane. Then you have Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice playing alongside him in midfield. On the right side, Reece James. Then you have John Stones and I'll go with Ezri Konsa. Then you have Dan Ben on the left side. Because you can easily transition to a back three. So that you have Dan Ben, Konsa, and John Stones. Then you have Reece James playing as a right wing back in case you have to switch to a three back. Yeah. So, and if you are playing with a four-man flat, Anthony Gordon with his speed can definitely cover up Dan Ben, because Dan Ben lacks speed. So. And his industry, he can definitely cover up Dan Ben defensively. Yeah, we are sorted.
Okay.
But quick one.
Yeah, quick one.
You know, reason why I would always make a case for Cole Palmer in this England team, all things being equal, he's one of the few players, actually one of the only players in this English team that would walk into the Spanish national team, would walk into the Argentine national team, would walk into the Brazilian national team, would walk into the
Black Stars. But you're mentioning teams, and I've mentioned
Black Stars. Walk into Black Stars.
Teams that have qualified to the World Cup.
Would you get Cole Palmer in your Black Stars team?
It's okay.
Well, I mean, we have Kudu, so.
All right, and let's talk to our listeners. 0549 986 996 0539 986 996. You can call us. Let's get talking. What do you make about Thomas Tuchel's comments at the press conference? You see, the show is even packed that we could even talk about the Black Stars, but we'll try and see if we can chip it, Daddy. Hi, your name, where are you calling us from?
Yo, Gabi Bilito of AK.
You say AK what?
I don't say anything.
You know, I go feel come you for the line top.
I don't say that power.
Okay, Charlie, what's up, bro?
Forgive me. I don't say get that power. Forgive me. But the power.
I did for you. Everything cool.
Let me shout your Mr. Yao and said now, Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie, they are making on this. Charlie, big ups to them. Charlie. So, hope you guys are doing great.
Oh, we are good, bro. How about you?
Oh, Charlie, I did watch you. I did listen to the analysis. Charlie,
It be so.
Charlie, top notch. Charlie, you guys are.
You're humbled, bro. You're humbled.
If you guys do women, every time we do CTFM, like we did the building under. You see what I said?
You said what?
I think you guys be women, like every time we do your building under, we do it for you.
Oh, Charlie, you don't worry.
Okay. See, I disagree. You guys putting Kopama ahead of Armenia. See, the national team is a different ball game altogether. The national team is a different game. The national team is not a club football. And when we go to the national team, Jude Bellingham like plays better than Kopama in the national team. Jude Bellingham, as we play in the tournament, he has been playing very well in the tournament. When they go to any tournament, Jude Bellingham, apart from Harry Kane, will be England's best player. So there's no way Jude Bellingham will sit on the bench for Kopama to come and play. So after that one there, maybe go. That one there, and for Victor Osimhen being in the top 5, strikers, then he should leave that Turkish league. Because that league, they are using the league for Chacha. The referees and the players are playing Chacha with the league. So he should leave the league. Because we'll consider him into the top 5. Maybe the top 10 would be great, but top 5 there, no, Charlie. I think the league that they are using the league to play Chacha. If you come up for that league, then we can consider him. Then I'll come to the Roberto Martinez. See, the Portugal also have Otoado in their team. I don't know why they went for Roberto Martinez at the first place. Wait, did you see what this guy did to this Belgium generation? Like what he did to that team. And I don't know why they went for it. Because this guy had all the players in the team. Just pick the players at the right places. And he's struggling. I don't understand. Look at the players you have at your disposal. And you can't even fix them at their right position. They are struggling to beat the Rodin Ireland and co. But they are taking this into the World Cup. So see, if they want to do well at the World Cup, the coach is not Roberto Martinez. He shouldn't even jump into the plane to go to USA, Mexico, or Canada with this Portuguese team. Because this team is very, very talented. They have players, but the coach, they don't have coach. Half a coach, they don't have coach. They have players, but the coach is no. Almost like the way Ghana to we don't get coach. Don't get coach.
All right. Okay, thank you, bro. Yeah, I appreciate your time. 054996996 054996996. Well, let's get talking. The Republic of Football 97.3. I'm Gabby of any studio with Sedina Medmond and also Yao Ajay Minta. Hi, your name and where you calling us from?
Hi, my name is Awa, calling from Baulish.
Awa, everything cool?
Yeah. Everything cool, my brother.
Nice one. What do you want to talk
Everything
about?
Cool.
On the topics we've touched on so far.
Yes, I'm on Nigeria today. Nigeria, I see their coach having issues this evening. Because I watched Congo's game last, was it the last qualifiers they played against Cameroon. And then Congo was very tactical. They don't give chances away. They don't give chances easily at all. And I see them giving Nigeria problem this evening. But with the Nigeria, individual qualities can help them. And I'm hoping that they are able to qualify this evening. And to touch on Rafael Leao's issues small. For Rafael Leao, the Lille you are talking about, that they should be bringing Lille for him to be motivated. I have some Abigail here. I'll bring her to the stadium one day.
Oh, but
So,
why? why you won't do Abigail so?
No, for Abigail, whenever Raphael sees Abigail, I'm sure he'll be motivated to.
Why Abigail should crash on Raphael Leao, eh?
Yeah, oh, Abigail every day, Raphael.
Hey, Abigail.
Every day, Abi one die, oh.
Hey, you didn't misbehave. You didn't misbehave right now.
My bro, thank you so much and have a wonderful
All right,
evening.
thank you to our 0549 986 996 0539 986 996. I am Gabby Affair in studio with Sedinam Edmond and Yahweh Jamin. That is the Republic of Football. We touched on the World Cup qualifiers in Europe and also the World Cup playoffs between Nigeria and DR Congo later tonight at 7 p.m. in Rabat, Morocco. Who would clinch Africa's solitary tickets to the Interconfed playoffs. Talk to me. Let's get talking. Hi, your name, where are you calling us from?
Hello, I'm Kobe calling from Teshnungwa.
Oh, Kobe, can you please speak louder for me?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Did you just wake up?
Yeah. Oh, no. I've been listening to the
Check
program.
like you bed, oh, Kobe. Yeah, Kobe.
No bed, I beg.
Oh, Charlie, you for ginger the show for me. You are...
Okay.
Nice
I
one.
just touched some small cooler, bro. But I thought you'd be talking about the Black Stars. At least the Black Stars played a match.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll touch on it before.
I just want to wish Nigeria good luck in their match later on today. And Kotoko is also playing a match now. I wish they win. Already it's a 1-1 draw. I wish my team wins. And I want to talk about the Black Stars, right? Watching the match a few days back, it was completely awful. I was asking myself, do we really have a technical team? I was just watching and I felt so bad. Is this what we are taking to the World Cup? Do we want to really do something positive at the World Cup, or we just want to go and participate? Look at the amount of money we've allocated for the World Cup. Over 100 million Ghana cedis. And is this what we are taking to the World Cup? Then we better leave, don't go to the World Cup and stay back home and at least use the money for something better. Look at the Winneba Sports College. Look at the sports resource centers around the country. It can be used to at least complete them. At least it can be used to renovate the Winneba Sports College. Look at the kind of pitches we play in this country. If this is what we are taking to the World Cup, it will be completely waste of public funds. How can we be taking $13 million and there was no party, no play? Completely, Charlie. Oh, child. Let me leave it here. Maybe I might say something that is not unprintable.
All right, thank you so much, Kobe. Well said. 0549969996 0549969996. Call us, let's get talking. And Gavio Fair, the Republic of Football, 97.3, and live on Channel 1 TV as well, and on X and City FM. On YouTube, City Sports Ghana. Well, the Black Stars are in action later on Tuesday against South Korea, 10 a.m. Ghana time, 7 p.m. South Korean time. Hi, your name, where are you calling us from?
Shani brother one. I want to tell them if they are following Ghana, they will die you.
Ima, you come again.
If they are following Ghana, they will die you.
But I mean, he wants to talk about the Black Stars. Why have you called him to make fun of him?
Talk about that Raphael guy. See that guy. What they tell me is if you spot the ball, then he start to laugh. That laughing, like I don't understand. Mister, can you tell me why does that guy keep laughing? When did he get the possession of the ball? Then he started to be laughing. See, we make serious. We put money for him back. Make you go play ball. Then you could be playing like you play anyhow. When you lose the ball, then you started to be laughing. See, I know what I mean. See, that guy, he could behave over there.
Ima?
Yeah,
Charlie, why are like this? Oh? Okay. Yo, we hear you, okay? 0549969996 0549969996. The Black Stars, like I said earlier, are in action later on Tuesday. Against South Korea. Game kicks off at 10 a.m. at 7 p.m. in South Korea. The Black Stars lost to Japan early on, and so they'll be hoping to make amends. Hi, your name, where are you calling us from?
Hello, I'm Daniel. I'm calling from Dansman.
Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Nice one. Daniel, what do you want to talk about? The Black Stars, Thomas Tuchel's England. What again? Nigeria taking on DR Congo later today.
Yes, I want to talk about the Black Stars. I want to talk about the goalkeeping department.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so I want, for some time now, Benjamin Masari has been imposed for some time now. And now we are playing international friendlies and he's not in the post. So I'm asking, if you want him to get that international exposure and you are not keeping in the post, how is he going to get it?
Asari arrived late in camp, so he didn't have enough training session with the team. That's why Coach Otuado decided to go with the other goalkeeper. So, yeah, hopefully he plays a part in that South Korean game. Is that okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you for the education. Thank you.
Thank you too. I appreciate it. 0549969996 0549969996. Call us. Let's get talking, guys. Let's quickly touch on. Okay, people won't let us talk about the Black Stars. Hi, and where are you calling us from? Hello. Okay. 0549969996 0539969996. Hi, and where are you calling us from? 0549969996. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, kindly turn down the volume of your radio or TV set for me, okay? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, have you turned down the volume for me?
Yes, it's down now.
All right, talk to me. Your name, please.
My name is Emeka. I'm calling from Sprinters Road. I'm a Nigerian.
Oh, Emeka, good to have you. How are you feeling ahead of tonight's game against DR Congo?
Actually, I'm optimistic. I'm positive. I know the guys will do the job. Nigeria have worked so hard to get to this particular point, and I know nothing will stop them from taking that particular position. And also, I want to talk about there's a caller that called last criticizing the Black Stars about how they played in their friendly. I want to remind him of something. What they are doing is just they are just trying to pick out a team. It's not actually that it's this team that is going to represent Ghana in the World Cup. And also, my heart goes out to the wounded player, the player that broke his leg during the match. My heart goes out to him. I wish him a quick recovery. And you guys, the work you are doing, I also commend you. I'm also a Chelsea fan. What Thomas Tuchel is doing is exactly what we expect him to do. He is so direct, and we are wishing him all the best. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Emeka. We appreciate it. 0549969996. Emeka is a Nigerian, hoping that the Nigerians go past DR Congo. 0549969996. Hi, your name, where are you calling us from? Okay. Guys, let's talk about the Black Stars, right? They're in action later on Tuesday against South Korea. Yeah, just quick thoughts. Let me start off with you, Sadi. What are you expecting? There's been so much unhealthy news around the team after what happened to Abu Francis. I saw an update somewhere that said that Antoine Semenyo and Mohamed Salisu, have returned to their clubs for some reasons unknown to me and to the public. The GF is yet to say anything to that though. So what it means is that that's another 2 experienced players in that squad left. From the players Otuado will be looking to pick up against South Korea.
So my first question that I would want us all to deliberate on as I start is, what was the purpose of the friendly? What was the purpose of
Because
the
players
friendly?
are leaving camp.
Not only the players leaving camp, but the mere seriousness attached to the whole.
Okay. Let me talk to this caller. Hi, and where are you calling us from?
My name is Manuel. I'm coming from Afaja.
You're calling from where?
Afaja South District in the Volta region.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good to have you, ma. From Afajato in the Volta region. How are they doing?
We are fine.
Nice one. Talk to me. What do you want to talk about? Black Stars, Super Eagles, Thomas Tuchel, Portugal?
Okay. Super Eagles.
Please go ahead.
They must try and win the game so that they can join the teams at the World Cup. Okay, shout out to Freddy.
Thank you so much. Simplicity. No long talk. Said he, do you know him?
No, I actually don't know.
I didn't see him ending that real quick though. He said shouts to you. You're not going to say anything.
Shouts to him as well.
Oh, okay.
Shouts to him and shouts to everybody in Afaja South.
Yeah.
Shouts to everybody in Sively.
Okay. Yeah, you were making a point about the Black Stars. You have 10 minutes to wrap up.
So quickly, I'm asking about the mindset of the entire team going into this. The mindset of the entire team going into this, which led to collapse, which led to now players allegedly possibly missing the next game for reasons yet to be communicated by the FA.
Charlie, wait, sorry to cut you, right? So
Yeah.
the team behind England is Albania.
Yeah. Serbia have fallen off.
Serbia have, they are just like Nigeria.
What's
They
going
have
on here?
good players. They have very good players playing in big teams, but they do not have players or a player who can connect all the dots. That's what they are missing. They are just like Nigeria. Quality players. Look at their team from start to finish. From the defense to the attack.
Yeah.
Vlahovic is the one leading the attack. There's in defense. There's Milenkovic, Nottingham Forest, defender. There's Pavlovic, the guy who plays at AC Milan.
Yeah.
Then you look at their midfield. There's the guy who plays at Fulham. He plays at Fulham. He's also in there. They have some quality players.
Sasa Lukic.
Lukic. There are some very quality players in there, but it's just not well knit together. So it's just this dysfunctional. The organization is all over the place because they do not have that guy to be able to put it all together for them. And so that's why they are not really being able to play up to the talents that they have. They have very good quality players, but they are not able to get the job done.
You should have watched their game
or play up to their potential.
You should have watched their game against Latvia.
Yeah.
You would have been surprised. But anyway, back to the Black Stars. I'm talking about the seriousness, the level of seriousness attached to this particular international break. Listen, Ghanaians need to understand that after this international break, there is not going to be any international break for the Black Stars till March. Yes, till March. And guess what? The African teams will be actually, participating in AFCON. That's why I'm saying it's the 21st of December.
Yeah.
That's when we are going to see how painful it is that we are missing out on the AFCON. You've got an Angola welcoming Argentina to play in Luanda as preparatory game for AFCON. And they got all their players to play. And if Japan, South Korea have invited you to play in the Kirin Cup, and your key players are all sidestepping, everybody wants to mess out, then it gives the coach the opportunity to actually also go in there and get as fresh blood across board. There are certain players who actually messed out on the squad up that I am trying to understand, especially looking at the kind of players, or the quote unquote the regular starters who messed out. And I'm trying to understand. Now we have been caught up in a position where this would also affect our ranking. We should know that going into the World Cup, the draw for the World Cup would be conducted in December, the 5th of December. That means that our ranking at the end of this November month is what would count with regards to the pot in which we fall. The pot in which you fall in the World Cup determines whether you would make it or you would go home. If you end up in pot 4, and other teams who have also been dilly-dallying around, who are big teams, end up in pot 2, other teams who are mid teams end up in pot 3, then you have 2 big hitters, you have another mid team, and then you have you, Ghana. Then you ask yourself, who are you beating after budgeting 150 million Ghana cedis?
Ghana will be drawn against Norway. We'll be playing against Erling Haaland.
No, but imagine
Argentina.
And it is actually possible.
Oh yeah, it's very possible, because
I mean, as for that,
no way are likely if they qualify, end up, and they are very likely to qualify. They will end up falling in pot 3
2 or pot. If they fall in pot 2, better. If they fall in pot 3, matter is worse.
So
matter is worse. So you could get Argentina, you could get a Japan or a South Korea, then you could get a Norway, then Ghana.
Yeah.
Like Charlie. So I feel the level of seriousness we attach to this particular last international window prior to the World Cup is going to cost us a lot. It's really going to cost us a lot, and we have missed out on a big opportunity.
Yeah,
we've missed out on a big opportunity.
Yeah, just a final word on the Black Stars.
Honestly, I don't have any problem with our players missing out on these friendly games, because I see it the positive way. I see it as an opportunity to be able to improve the depth of the squad, and that's why, because we have our core, we have a good idea of what our core is. But it's about the depth, the options. And that's why I'm very open-minded about this whole issue of the quote-unquote diaspora players potentially getting a call-up into the national team for the World Cup. Because it's not about they necessarily coming to replace, let's say, Kudus or Jordan Ayew or Semenyo or Iñaki Williams. No. It's about they coming in to improve the peripheral areas and improve the depth in quality that we have. And so, us missing key players for these friendlies, I don't have an issue with it. I see it as a positive in a way that we will be able to get an opportunity to expand the pool of options that we have for our team. What I have an issue with is the way our team is still being handled, where you don't see a clear technical direction, you don't see a clear game plan, and even when Otuado has communicated what his game plan was after our game against Japan, per what we saw, it was clear that they didn't necessarily put a lot of application in that game plan to be able to execute.
Yeah.
After the game against Japan, you clearly said that, Japan are very excellent in their press. So the best way we were looking at getting in behind them was by long balls. And it makes sense, because in the front three, the players that started, you have Kamaldeen Suleimana, who is noted for his pace. You have Antoine Semenyo, who can run for days. You have Brandon Thomas Asante, who is very quick, especially over short distance. So if you are playing the ball long, there's no problem with that. But how did they apply themselves in the lead up to the game? And the application will show the preparation will show in the game. And per what we saw, it was next to zero, because the long balls from deep, it lagged. It was overpowered. It had too much power, kicking the ball out of play consistently. The direction was all over the place, and it was all chaotic. It was haphazard. And so for me, that's where I have an issue with that. Look, we've made it to the we made it to the World Cup. Yes, it's true. But like I said, we are going into a situation where the competition will be steep. The quality that we are going to face is high. And so the players that we have, they stack up. Mm-hmm. But the coaching bit is where I believe we fall short. And per what we saw on Friday, it didn't give me any hope. Yeah. Based on what we saw in the qualifiers, it didn't give me any hope. And so Otuado really needs to step up his game.
Okay. So there's an update from the Ghana Football Association regarding the two players I mentioned. So Mohamed Salisu's injury, they say bilateral medial collateral ligament sprain.
Yeah, he had an issue, an injury issue, and that's how come he arrived. He go to Japan late, yes, and he didn't play in that game. As confirmed by
Monaco and the Black Stars Met team. Antoine Semenyo's injury, left anterior talofibular ligament sprain, which was aggravated during the game against Japan. Semenyo was replaced by Prince Kwabena Edu in the 55th minute. So Otto has 19 players for that game against.
That is more than enough.
South Korea.
Yeah, and I would really love to see Benjamin Asari play in that game against South Korea.
Yeah,
because
he'll play.
Yes, because we've had I have had my issues with the competition that we played against, and I believe that he wasn't really tested. Now he missed out on the Japan game. Going to play against the likes of Son Heung-min and Wang Yi-chan and those guys, that will give him a very good, a very good test. And so I would really love to see Benjamin Asari start in that game. So those are the things I'm looking out to see. An improved game plan from Otuado in terms of his organization and the ability to get his players to execute, and to see Benjamin Asari also starting that game against South Korea.
Okay.
Also, I just want to see how Caleb Irenchi would be used in the game, and who would bear the weight of carrying the ball forward and creating something in midfield for the Black Stars.
Okay. Well, that's it on the Black Stars' game against South Korea on Tuesday, November 18th, 10 a.m. Ghana time, 7 p.m. South Korean time. That's it for today for Republic of Football on 97.3 and on Channel 1 TV as well, and on YouTube as well. Thank you so much to all guys on YouTube for texting into the show, and also those who called. We appreciate your time. And also those who texted on WhatsApp console. We appreciate you as well. Thank you, Yahweh Jamie Inta, Ferdinand Edmond, Edwin Kwakofi, the man behind the YouTube movement, and also Desmond. The hardest guy, Desmond. All the technical support. Earlier on, you heard from Nigerian sports journalist Victor Adimula, also sharing his thoughts ahead of tonight's game between Nigeria versus DR Congo. The Republic of Football is back next weekend, Saturday, Sunday. I'm Gabby Affair. Just like I always say, you take care of yourself, and bye-bye.
City 97.3.